welcome back. Return to the Mac, episode 129. M.A.C. Moss, Andrew, Carl, back at it again for another week. What's happening?
Yeah. What's with you, man? What's up with
Christmas week, kind of.
Yeah.
The week after Christmas.
Yep.
First time you're hearing from us since Christmas, so Merry Christmas.
Yes.
How was
Filthy Happy holidays.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. How was Christmas for you guys?
I've seen it like a million times in the last few days.
Just feels right.
Just
feels right.
Did you not watch the movie?
Definitely did.
Did I not watch it?
Yeah. You didn't watch
You don't think I ever seen Home Alone?
I'm just saying, you didn't watch it this year?
Oh, no. I don't do that.
You don't, what you mean?
I don't do that. What
do you mean?
I'm just watching Christmas movies because it's Christmas time.
Well, no, I watch it just anyway. It don't have to be necessarily Christmas time.
Home Alone in June?
Sometimes.
You ain't just turning Home Alone in the freaking middle of January.
It's hilarious.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I mean, I will. Yeah, I don't watch it just because.
I don't know if it's hilarious.
It's weird.
I don't know if it's hilarious.
It really is.
It's still
pretty
good.
fucking funny, man.
It's good.
When you go back, I mean, you can't watch it. I don't watch it every year. Maybe I'll watch like one of them or something.
I watch it every year. I don't like that many Christmas
movies.
I
think once you I don't know, the older you get and you rewatch it, you be like, man, this shit is like, I don't know. It's super hilarious. It's almost like a cartoon.
Definitely.
You know?
I think it's like the opposite for me. The older I get, the more I'm like, yo, I used to think this shit was hilarious. It's not that funny to me no more. That's just me.
Oh, no. It gets better.
I think it's still funny, but it's a nostalgia funny. Like,
right.
You're not sitting there dying laughing like you're watching a comedy, but I got to watch it every year. I don't like that many Christmas movies, but there is something about, he said, I don't do that. There's something about watching Christmas movies during Christmas time.
I watch Friday After Next too.
Should be Christmas movie.
Which hilarious. Y'all don't fuck with the Christmas Story. I watched it so many times when I was younger. I didn't like it as much.
It's overrated. I didn't like it when I was little.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Shit was mad boring. Shit was mad boring.
It's boring, and it's actually pretty fucking funny though.
That's like the BB gun.
Yeah. Ralphie and the BB gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fucking funny when you watch it as an adult though. I got
don't know the last time I watched it.
Yeah, I mean, it had been when I was like little. My mom always used to make us watch this shit. I was just like, man, I hate this shit. But when I got older, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty funny. So,
you got any others you like?
Christmas Story. I love all like the claymation ones. The Heat Miser.
What?
The I'm Mr. Heat Miser. You know what I'm saying?
What is that?
I don't know what the hell
that
is.
The claymation.
I don't know nothing about what you're talking about.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
The only claymation I like in Rudolph, they use some claymation.
Yeah, they got the Rudolph one, but then they got the one of like how Santa Claus became Santa Claus, and you got the Heat Miser and whatever the snow guy is or whatever.
Oh, they got Santa's Story.
Yeah. You never seen that? It's the claymation. That shit been out since like the fucking 50s. It comes on at the same time with like the Rudolph shit. They normally like come on back to back.
This is wild.
I mean, we always say I don't do the Christmas movie time just because it's Christmas time. I don't do that. So definitely didn't see that.
That shit came on every Christmas of your life.
My dad loves Christmas movies. So I can't believe I didn't know about this. Even just something I'm aware of.
Y'all not aware of that song though?
No.
It got me feeling stupid.
It sounded
I was expecting
fire,
for you guys to join in or something.
It sounded fire.
I think some rappers should sample it. Like it's a legendary.
Give us a couple of bars one more time.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Run it from you.
Oh, the shit sounded fire.
It's a good fucking movie though.
What if we did Heat Miser by the Heat Makers?
Yeah, they should really fuck that shit up.
He would probably body that shit.
The ideas are percolating.
Yeah. They really should reach out about that.
Any others? Or now are you afraid to say?
No, man, hold on. I kind of got to play this song now because I feel like
please do.
I feel like y'all motherfuckers y'all heard this shit before. There's just no way.
I don't know, man. Want to pause?
Yeah. Let me.
Well, you go ahead and find your thing.
You gotta let your YT load up.
Hold on, no, that's right here, dog.
Are you good? All right, well, if you're good, I'll wait.
I'm probably gonna take my case off real quick. Fucking Heat Miser song, dog.
Never in my life.
Heat Makers, like them.
Let me see if it actually plays the song.
Let's go and play a commercial immediately.
Of course,
that's the only thing. And then it's like, who's gonna be paying for fucking no commercials? I mean, I guess it's some sorry stuff.
I said, I would think you would be that guy.
Fuck
you,
no,
the YT guy. Still listening to commercials.
Hold on. You ain't heard that?
No.
In my clutch. I'm too much.
It's dying.
It's snow.
Nah, it sounded cooler when you sang it. It really did.
Hey.
Hey, we're such a big softy, bro.
Oh my God, this is so funny.
What is this, bro? What is this?
All right, we get it.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, I've had enough of the
That
heat
was Snow Miser, but the Heat Miser one might be a little bit better. Maybe
That's wild.
It's only one snowman I acknowledge. His name is
You
JC.
can celebrate him on Christmas as well. That's cool to do that as well.
I watched the two Home Alones, the first two Home Alones, and Die Hard. Are the only three Christmas movies I like.
Die Hard
is a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
I mean, this is like a become a stupid debate thing that like everybody does. So it's like kind of corny.
We got movies that was based around Christmas time.
But at the same time, the whole movie is Christmas based. They got 3 or 4 Christmas songs like playing in the movie.
Yeah.
How could it not be a Christmas movie?
You know what Christmas movie I used to fucking love when I was
that?
little? Jingle Bells with Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. There you go,
Yeah.
fucking man.
Get him a fucking turbo, man, dog.
Yo, that used to be the shit, yo.
Sinbad was in that joint.
Sinbad. Who the fuck did want a real live
Turbo Man.
fucking costume, a superhero costume? He had the fucking Iron Man suit.
That was a pretty good movie.
Imagine
For,
it being
like,
your
Christmas
dad.
movies.
He's like, yo, my dad's fucking Iron Man.
I guess that would be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty dope. That soup could it could fly and everything. I said soup. That soup could fly and everything.
You didn't like that one when you were a kid?
I don't really remember.
You don't even know.
Damn.
You missed out. I want to know what your
sounds
childhood
familiar,
was like.
but I just don't really remember it. Our thing was Christmas music. During Christmas time, we used to play all the Christmas music.
What's your
every
favorite
Christmas
song?
album. My favorite Christmas song.
Sing it right now. Sing the shit.
Perform it.
Well,
take a sip, warm
our
up the
family
vocals.
preference was the Destiny's Child Christmas album. It's really they kind of bodied it.
Okay.
I like
They kind
that
of bodied our Christmas.
I'm
Destiny's
a
Child.
fan of the Jackson 5.
It's classic. Classic.
Yeah, you heard of them?
I've heard of that.
Classic.
They're
Of
not
course,
bad.
you know the Motown classics. They bodied all of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's what the vibes was. Normally Christmas movies, but Christmas music was a must every day, all day, just playing in the background.
Do you sing the songs though? Like
Yeah.
in the house?
Yeah,
Do you normally do like the alto or soprano?
alto or the soprano,
Or
the house tone, I don't know, the house tone. That's what I be doing.
Do you still listen to it now?
Yeah, I throw
Like
some
you
on.
still like to put on
Yeah, I throw
Christmas
some
music?
on.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I like being around Christmas music. Like when I go over to my parents and stuff, it does kind of set the mood. But I'm never putting on Christmas music
you're
like
not
by
that
myself. No, never.
Yeah, I'm not doing it by myself, but like for the kids and like the house environment, like
Yeah,
It's a good vibe.
It
doing
does.
gingerbread
It's a good vibe.
houses and shit. When we play
For
Christmas
sure.
music, putting up the tree, we gonna play some.
Absolutely.
You know, these kind of the memories that like I was built on, so I'm kind of like trying to pass them back down and shit.
Of course.
Definitely.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean I enjoy it though. I like to sing it. I like to ruin the song for everybody.
I can't imagine you doing that.
I'm ruining this shit.
I can see you enjoying every minute. Just ruining every song.
I'll ruin it, but I have fun doing it. And see, everybody else seems to get a kick out of it a bit.
They hate you.
Yeah,
But they
that's what
laugh.
it's all about.
Right. Maybe they might want me to shut the fuck up. Who cares?
Probably so. Probably so.
Who cares?
Well, I don't know how we got there, but did we say anything about
Just talk about
like y'all's
Christmas.
actual Christmas?
Oh no, we can get it. We can get.
That shit's pretty good,
You
man.
want to? We have very minimal topics for you today.
Right.
So we're gonna hit a lot of sports here once we get started, but we may as well do a little Christmas rundown if you got anything to talk about.
Well, nothing too crazy, man. It's family getting together, eating good,
What'd your daughter
a
get?
lot of laughs. She got a lot of good shit.
What was the big one that you knew you had to get?
Laptop.
Oh,
Got a new
that is a big
laptop
one.
with all the accessories and all that shit. Yeah, that was the biggest one. That was the biggest
Yeah.
gift for her. She got a bunch of clothes and all that shit. She loves shoes. Got a bunch of pairs of shoes.
So, what your girl get you a Tesla this year?
I wish. I fucking wish. Where'd that come from?
You got like a whole slew of shit last year. I was just wondering if she was like,
Did I get a whole slew of shit?
I don't remember.
Did you get like a fucking
I did get the PS5.
You got a PS5? You got a fucking camera we're using?
This guy is so spoiled. He was like, did I?
Right.
The PS5.
I mean, you said like it was like a lot of shit, but that is a big thing.
cool.
When the PS5 was scarce. When you couldn't find them shits out on the streets.
She got it. She got it.
Now you got to play this segment for her.
She fucking got it.
Because your girl is she's a gift giving machine and like she picks great gifts.
Oh yeah, she is.
She's gotten you the Schultz tickets.
I got some facts.
Stuff.
Yeah. That's kind of like her thing. Like she's like
a
top tier gift giver.
Yeah,
she's on that level. Like I've never. She be
that.
bodying gifts for everybody.
She hooked us up with the pod logo.
Yeah, she got us the logo.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
For no reason.
Wild.
Just because she's great. We're great.
I was expecting to see a Tesla when I pulled up. That's all
Tesla.
I'm saying. That's it.
Give it till next week.
I got some games for the 5. I did. Got the 2K. Got the FIFA.
Nice.
Got some new earbuds. Them Samsung joints. Just hard.
Got a
the
signed
pros.
Tom Brady jersey.
The pros. I wish.
I was like, damn.
That'd be hard. That'd be hard. They get that.
Fuck the Tesla. This is worth way more.
We'll love that Tesla though. That would be nice.
Oh, that's what's up though, man.
What about you, Carl?
Oh no, it's Christmas about the kids. My son, he had he's 1, so it's not like he really understands what Christmas is.
Not even fun
like
with that.
It kind of is, but kind of not. Like he did enjoy his gifts and stuff like that. He really enjoyed ripping shit open, so he had fun with that. I
always love ripping shit
open. But my daughter, she had a good time, man. She had a good day. She got everything she wanted, and some things she didn't expect. I got her a hoverboard, so I'm kind of nervous about that shit. But she seems to have a good grip on it.
Your kids be like nice at it, like off the bat.
She had a nice little spill the first time or two on it. I mean, she had a nice little, shook her up pretty good. But I'm just one of them people like, look, that's what you wanted. You got to take this shit that come with it sometimes, It's just the reality of it. You go bust your ass on this thing one time or two. But after that, I mean, she was just whipping it around the house. And now it's like, I don't have no worries about her. It's weird how kids can just get on them shits and be like.
Oldest?
7.
Okay, yeah, that's about the time I got a joint put some in. She just like hopped on it and was just gone.
Yeah, right. They just know
because she was just so small, so it's like you're not having a lot of weight balance on there, so you just hop on there.
When I get on there, my legs start shaking. If I get on that board, my legs start shaking.
It makes sense.
Right. It's like, oh shit.
You got to balance yourself on that shit.
It just looks so natural to them. Like it's almost like
you're just like spinning in circles.
Yeah, like walking to them. I'm like, you have no fear of this?
Yeah, because they weigh like 60 pounds.
That's true.
I'm sure it helps, but I mean, I don't know. I think it's just a generational thing.
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be.
I bet you give them motherfuckers a bike with no training wheels on it. They'll fucking bust their ass,
Dumbass.
Yeah, right.
Can't even bike.
Why need to?
Was funny.
Why do you need to though? Fucking hop on the hoverboard now. I told Shannon, I was like, shit, by the time Carter turns 7, they might actually have these motherfuckers flying.
Like the Back to the Future joints?
Yeah, they might actually have these things going. What we gonna do then? You gotta get one.
Gonna be out of here.
I'm not riding it though. Shit. But yeah, I mean, it was cool though. Other than that, I got me a lot of SG, Steelers gear, sniper gang.
See some of your accessories.
some lot of SG stuff. So that was cool.
Gotta stay laced with the SG, ain't it?
Yeah, gotta stay laced with the SG.
Yeah, easy gift to pick for, knowing that you've got those two things to fall back.
I mean, yeah, and then ultimately, I don't really want anything.
Yeah, that does make it easy. Guys are easy.
Yeah.
In general, to buy gifts for. I'm gonna finish that sentence, but
pretty much.
Yeah, because you can always go with our sports teams.
Yeah, it was yo.
Yeah.
I'll let it go.
Appreciate you. Yeah, you can always just go for our sports teams though. It's an easy one, easy pick.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
for sure. I mean, girls, you gotta switch it up a little bit, but I feel like I'm a pretty good gift giver though. I try to listen.
Do you?
Yeah, I try to listen and then capitalize on those moments when it's time to get a gift.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Definitely a good way.
Those are the best ones.
Gems.
You just keep noticing that they need this certain thing.
Yeah.
You can notice that they can use some. A word?
Yeah.
Okay. That thing.
Yeah.
So that is.
Little handgun.
That thing.
Of course, I got a bracelet or whatever too. But
she know how to shoot?
No, we gotta start from square one.
Did she wish she wanted to?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
You know, and I mean, I get it. It makes me feel more comfortable. Like when she's out, she goes on a trip or something.
Yeah.
You know, pop it in your purse. A little small. You know, 380. So great for her size. Something she can handle.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And then, I can take it with me when I want to. Too.
The real reason.
A secondary gun for yourself.
Ultimately, you're not using it today.
I got this for us.
To protect us.
Put this in my boot today.
This is for the family. Everybody benefits.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
How was yours, player?
It was all right. We did the whole North Carolina trip all in a day. So we went
down. Good old
down
Salisbury State.
Something like that.
What was up with Salisbury State?
Ain't that
Salisbury, North Carolina.
Tell you from Salisbury?
Yeah.
I was like, is that where it originated or something? I didn't know.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
That would be wild.
But it is the right name.
I don't even know what the fuck Salisbury steak is. Like, I mean,
I don't know what the actual meat is.
it's beef,
Like
right?
shit with gravy on it.
Supposed to be beef, I
It's
think.
just right. That's what I think. It's just like
It looks
gravy.
gross.
It's like a chuck wagon with gravy.
It
on
looks
It's
gross.
Like, what is this?
Yeah, I never
It's
had
good though.
It's,
Processed
You
meat.
ain't never had it?
No, I've never had it.
Ain't nothing
Bro,
but a
you come from a
hamburger.
life of privilege, dog. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Ain't nothing but hamburgers.
Okay.
You come from a life of privilege, yeah. Them Salisbury steak days.
Bro, you ain't never had Salisbury
I'm
steak?
good on that.
You ever had pork and beans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just gotta get
Trying to see if he has some struggle food in his life.
I don't eat spam neither.
Oh, spam?
I don't do that neither.
Spam was gross.
Shit, well, man. We used to. I like treat better than spam. You know what treat is?
I don't know shit about treat.
It's kind of the same thing. We used to call it treat meat.
And treat meat.
Eat some treat meat, man. You fry that shit up. That shit's pretty good.
I think
Is
I'm
that
good
like
on
fucking what was it, like a pallet of potted meat or something? Like a potted meat slab?
Potted meat ain't bad.
terrible.
But
Potted meat
you
is
never had
bad.
potted meat either, huh?
It just sounds terrible.
It's
I'm good on that.
not fantastic, but it'll get you through some rough times.
I have mac
It's
and
awful.
cheese.
So it be in
Potted
sometimes.
You get a box of mac and cheese for 75 cents.
Potted meat is like fucking Vienna sausages ground up
Yeah.
and thrown in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. That's
exactly what it is.
Disgusting.
And you spread it on a cracker.
Yeah, no fucking chance.
No chance.
I'm good on that.
That's what it is.
Oh, well, I mean, look, it's not that bad, you know. It's not that bad, but no, I'm telling you, gotta get you some treat meat, man, and fry that shit up. Put it on a sandwich. You like that?
I'm not gonna do it.
With an egg.
Definitely not
good.
fucking with meat that's considered a treat.
Treat meat, dog.
Just doesn't go right.
That's the brand name. I don't even see it in stores like that no more. But it's called Treat.
Probably got fucking banned.
Yeah.
Probably. Not saying
Shit
it's
off the
healthy for you.
market.
Discontinue.
That shit slide out. It's got like all types. I mean,
All right,
it's like-
man. Christmas morning, we drove down to North Carolina Christmas morning, spent the day there, left back at 5, got back home at like 8. It was a good time, but it's just a long day. It's a long day doing a 3-hour car ride there and back.
Facts.
For
on
quick
Christmas
visit
too?
with the fam.
What time y'all leave?
To come back?
No, to go there.
9.
Okay, so
It was there for like 12 to 5.
all right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was cool. It was cool. It was. I mean, at this point, there's not that many. There's not even that many kids like when the whole family gets together. It's not the whole family. It's my mom's side of the family.
Right,
but
right.
there's
Everybody's grown up
Yeah,
now.
we're all adults. It's just not that like exciting. It was a good, fun, relaxed visit or whatever. But honestly, I'm counting this week as Christmas because Wednesday was my last day of work last week, and I thought my teammates had days off for this week. I just assumed, but they both had used their time or didn't take it. And I still had a bunch of days off. Right. So it was like 2:30 Wednesday afternoon. I was like, oh, I'm not going to come in next week.
Right. Well, why would I?
I'm going to just take the whole week off. So I'm
Bringing the
chilling
year
this
right.
week. Yes, it feels great. That week in between Christmas and New Year's is just a bullshit week anyway. Nobody wants to do anything. There's usually some kind of bowl games on each day, even though those are getting canceled left and right.
That definitely should be a national week off.
Oh, this should just everybody be off that
Between
week.
Christmas and New Year's.
Why?
5 days.
I guarantee you'll get like more production out of your people.
It's a good refresh week.
Yeah,
Before you start the year. Makes sense to me.
Definitely.
You should get a petition.
But who am I?
I would even give
I'll
up.
go back to fucking the middle of January.
Yeah, you don't care. You don't care at all. If the option was there, I mean, I guess the option's kind of built in there. But if they just like close that whole week, even if they gave us a week's less of vacation time,
I'll take it.
It is what it is.
Give it. I'll take it.
Yeah, you know, you had that certified
I'll
week.
take it, right.
That week is more valuable than any other 5 days. I could always plan something.
You're right. Way more. Right. I'll take it.
Yeah, I was talking to my cousin over the weekend. She was like, you know what? If I was to choose, Saturday would probably be the least, at the bottom of the list of days I would pick for Christmas to be. Because you don't get no days off. She was like, we got to go back to work on Monday.
Yeah, the Monday back is
it's like Saturday is already the weekend. So it's like you almost get double of what it is instead of having it like on a Wednesday or like a Tuesday.
I don't really have a preference because our job still gives us, we get the same amount of time regardless.
Right.
We got Thursday and Friday off instead of like if it were a Wednesday, we would have Wednesday and Thursday off. But we still got 2 days, so it didn't matter to me.
Right, yeah.
But if it does mess up the time off you got for work, yeah, Saturdays are all for Christmas Day.
They was working Thursday and Friday. Like they didn't get no days off. You literally just got your weekend off like it was regular.
No, that's terrible. Then.
That's whack as hell. But hey, it is what it is.
How did you feel about having Christmas football?
Well, I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. It was cool. I mean, it is what it is.
I was
decent games.
Being gone most of the day, I didn't get to watch much of anything, but I kind of prefer just to keep Christmas NBA Day.
I didn't watch any basketball on Christmas.
Who plays Saturday?
For football?
Yeah.
Great question.
Colts, Cardinals, Packers, Browns.
Packers.
I know the Browns played.
Packers, Browns. Yeah, I feel you on that basketball thing.
I just think like
NBA was depleted.
Yeah, this year it was wild because all the stars were gone and stuff. But generally speaking, like NBA basketball Christmas Day is pretty exciting. Yeah. It's pretty fun games, great matchups and stuff. Right. I don't need the football games because we've already got a full day of NBA.
That's true.
But you want to get into the games?
Let's do it. Let's start with you want to start with the Christmas Day shit?
That's easy.
Yeah. What was the Thursday game?
49ers and Titans, which actually turned out to be a pretty decent game.
It was cool.
Yeah, I don't remember shit from it.
I mean, the Titans were up, right? I mean, or the 49ers were up, I think.
The Niners were up.
Niners are up 10-0, it looks like.
Right. Yeah.
They lost 20-17. I legitimately don't remember anything from this game.
Yeah, I don't remember much.
It was Thursday night.
What was that crazy?
Except for Jimmy Garoppolo pretty much screwing up the hooch, right?
That was the game AJ Brown went dumb.
Yeah, that dude.
11 catches, 145 and a TD.
Yeah, 145, 13 yards per catch.
That was the only thing I remember from that.
Yeah, he was killing them. He was unstoppable. I like his game a lot.
He's a monster.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a big win for the Titans because otherwise, I mean, the Colts are on their ass, like as far as for the division title. And I mean, right now you don't want to fall out. If you lead in your division in the AFC, you're not trying to fall out of that,
right? Because
then you get into this fucking, fuck fest of who's going to be in the wild card.
Fall into all the bullshit.
It's just you're gonna set yourself up to be sitting out when you really had a chance to get a home game in the playoffs. So,
which is exactly where we at right now.
Huge win for them. I thought the 49ers were going to win it at one point, but guess not. Browns Packers, I don't really know what to think about that game. What the fuck was that?
I missed that game completely. So, I mean, I saw the score and stuff, and I heard about Baker's interceptions, but that's literally all I heard.
I mean, it was a big game for Aaron Rodgers of the Packers. He broke a couple records that game.
Broke the Packers all-time
Broke the Favre all-time touchdown. And he broke his own record with Jordy Nelson, the most touchdowns with a receiver.
Okay. Yeah. That's the stat comparison on him and Favre was nuts.
Yeah.
Did you see that graphic?
It was like 93 picks.
Yeah.
And Favre had like 200 and some picks.
The yards, completion percent. I feel like everything else was like almost even. And then the interceptions was like 285 to 93.
That's pretty nuts.
And it just kind of, to me, that just speaks to the greatness of Rodgers. Not like we ever questioned he was great and stuff, but when you see a graphic of the other all-time great from the franchise and it's like a third of the interceptions with everything else being equal, that's nuts.
It is. I mean, you still got to put in there. Everybody know Favre was a turnover hound.
Yeah, for sure.
he was that guy. So
that's what you got him for. You know, he was going to throw 2 picks, but he might deliver 4 touchdowns at the same time.
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
Just you don't live with it. But yeah, I mean, that was big. But I mean, how does Baker throw four interceptions and the game is still 22-24?
No clue. Did they run all over him or something?
Chubb had a big day. He had 126. He averaged 7.4 yards per carry and a touchdown.
Oh, wow.
Shit. What's the dude's name? What Johnson? What's his name?
You talking about?
DeArnest. He's got these fucked up names. You can't fucking DeArnest. He averaged like 14.5 yards per carry.
So they were just
they were gashing him a bit on the
They was
ground.
on Rodgers' ass a little bit too. He was getting roughed up. They kept hitting him. I think they hit his toe at one point or stepped on his toe at one point. It was broke toe or some shit. He got fucked up right then. So they was coming at him, but he was still, did what he had to do to get the dub.
Devontae Adams fucked him up pretty good.
As always.
To me, he's the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, it seems. I mean, at this point, it'd be hard to say otherwise.
D-Hop's out for sure.
I think it's even with D-Hop in there, it's just like physical tools.
I'm not mad
but,
at
I mean, you can always have the argument.
They're
he plays
interchangeable.
with Aaron Rodgers, so Aaron
Who do you have 3?
3.
At 2.
What?
I thought you were just Adams and Hopkins.
Okay.
What I was thinking.
3, I would probably say possibly. I don't know. It's probably Cooper Kupp, but
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I could go with somebody like AJ Brown too. Honestly.
I'd take Jefferson over Brown. That was the name that was coming
he's
to my
a
mind
beast too. But I don't know. It's just something about Brown I like. It's just like he brings this like intangible, or really it's tangible, like this physicality to the position. I don't know. I like wide receivers. Like
Yeah, we
that.
know you
Feel
you like big ass wide receivers.
They don't have to. It's a mentality, my brother. It doesn't have to do anything with your height. Don't fight. It's a mentality.
That kind of goes against everything that you say about Cup, but sure.
Just saying, it's a mentality, brothers. I fuck with Edelman so much. Like, I understand he's never gonna be a Hall of Famer and all of that stuff, but the reason why you could look at he's a tough guy on the field. Like, you can throw him the ball over the middle and he gonna make that catch regardless of what safety's coming down on him or anything like that. Or he's gonna do all the dirty work, the blocking and shit like that. You gotta have it's an amount of respect that you get for they're like, okay, you're a wide receiver, but really you're just a fucking football player. I can line this dude up at fucking corner or like slot corner, and he's gonna go out there and make plays for me because that's just what he does.
It's a gamer.
Because he play football. So I mean, like those are wide receivers you got to respect a lot. Now I see that a lot, like an AJ Brown type dude. It's like, you can line this guy up anywhere, he's gonna make plays. So, all right, that's probably gonna be my top 3. But it's kind of hard to say Cooper Kupp is not in the mix. I mean, the dude is, like I say, he's phenomenal. So
That's facts.
Best receiver in the NFL this year.
Statistically, yeah, I'm fine with saying that. I'm completely, and I mean, I feel like he's always been the same guy. He's just injuries have gotten in the way, and he's played with Jared Goff before, but he's always been a dominant player when he stepped on the field. As far as like production wise, he's always put up numbers.
I feel you.
And just injuries got in his way, but
I didn't care about that game anyway. The Browns have been a team for, I mean, I'd say probably like 5 weeks now that I don't think are very good. And
would you say they've been a team for about 5 years now that haven't been really very good?
Probably 50.
Yeah,
probably 50.
I mean, as far as the expectation goes, and like they've never lived up to it at this point. Not even close.
I guess. I don't know
what expectation.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I mean, the Browns were a Super Bowl contender and all of this shit. You don't remember this talk about the
Somebody
Browns?
said there was a Super Bowl contender.
People have said that for years now. At least 2 or 3 years it's been a talk of the Browns. They have the best roster in football. Yeah, I mean, don't act like we haven't heard this shit the last 2 or 3 years.
You're just so sensitive.
I ain't never really heard that.
The Steelers,
I've heard they're supposed to be pretty good because they've had one of the better teams they've had ever, but I don't hear people saying they were Super Bowl bound.
Of course,
yes, you have.
There were people that said, "Is this a Super Bowl team?" And asked the question. Of course, But you Steelers fans are so fucking sensitive to any praise inside the division. It's insane.
That is not
no,
true.
it's extremely true.
Not
You're not the only example
Lamar.
that I'm pulling from.
I'll say it's Lamar Jackson.
Lamar.
I even give the Bengals their praise.
It is what it is. We don't have to go through all this AFC North bullshit. Where were we on the Browns? What were we saying?
Oh, they ass.
They're not that good.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
The Packers are one of the best teams in the NFL. They've made that clear. I didn't expect that to be a good game. It turned out a lot closer than expected.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens, but it's an interesting game.
The Cardinals got beat by the Colts.
Yeah,
Colts on a little bit of a run right now.
A little bit. When's the last time they really lost?
To the Buccaneers 3 weeks ago.
That was probably like the last time they lost in a long time.
I think
right?
they started 0-3, if I remember correctly. So they're 9-3 the last 12 weeks.
But like I said, prior to their last loss, they probably had won like 3 or 4 straight. Then too.
Yeah, 9-3. 9-3 the last 12. I believe
they ain't gone on a long streak, but yeah, they've had a good season.
Well, recently they've been playing like they're. To me, that's the dark horse right there.
Agreed.
Or the Colts.
Completely.
Nobody wants to see the Colts. If you can get Carson Wentz, don't have to be 2017 Carson Wentz.
I'm about to say that's based on Taylor's performance, I would think, more than anything.
I mean, yeah, but I mean Carson Wentz just got to make some throws, which he's fully capable of, and he can make some damn good throws at times.
Yeah.
So the overreaction last year to Wentz being terrible was an overreaction. He got talked. He was terrible last year.
Yeah,
he got talked about like he had completely lost it and was no chance he could be a good quarterback again, and that was nuts. He takes care of the ball.
Sometimes.
And he's got 6 picks on the year.
Right, I'm saying
besides that one season, he hasn't been an interception guy.
Right.
So as long as he takes care of the ball, Taylor's an absolute monster. Nobody can stop him right now.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all it comes down to. I think.
Even in that Bucks game, he went crazy. And their rush defense
every game he's
top notch.
He's had like what is it, like 6-7 straight 100-yard games or something like that. He's not being stopped.
I think he got to 7 of like 100
and
a touchdown.
Being stopped, and he's putting his name up there with people like LaDainian Tomlinson and stuff like that. Some of the greatest running backs to ever play the game. It's just hard to imagine that Jonathan Taylor was a 3rd running back drafted in this class, and really. When you look for a running back, possesses
great question.
Every physical tool. I forgot the other 2 guys.
That matters a little bit.
I know one of them is a decent player though. I can look it up. But I mean, he just possesses like all of the physical traits that you want in a running back. He's the fastest guy on the field. He's strong. He has the prototypical size. He can catch a little bit.
Yeah, I think he got high praise coming out of college anyway that he's going to be pretty damn good.
The only concern that I remember from out of college was that he got crazy usage in college. Yeah, like Wisconsin just ran the hell out of him, gave him the ball on passes. I don't know if wear and tear was something that was a concern. Do you know if there were others? You said fumbling.
The fumbling.
Okay,
I think that was the biggest knock on him.
Gotcha.
But
that'll be a big one.
When you get that many touches, it's just like you're gonna put the ball on the ground some.
Right.
But I'm going with the Colts as my dark horse, man. In the AFC, I feel like they can beat anybody. They got a defense. I think their defense leads the league in turnovers. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been watching Hard Knocks, and it makes me get behind the Colts a little bit more.
They got you sold on that.
Have y'all tuned in?
I haven't yet. I haven't.
It's really fucking good.
There are 2 episodes in right now?
Hell no, it's way more than that. It's probably like 6 episodes in.
Yeah, they've been doing like through the whole season, right?
Yeah. Well, it picks up like at week 6, like right when they start turning their season around.
I just assumed that it was like the early ones where they did like 5 episodes.
Well, no, I think this is the first year they're doing the end season, Joe.
Oh, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
No, it's like I've watched at least 5 of them so far.
Okay. Yeah. I had no clue.
It's like I said, it's really good. I like it.
Hard Knocks is always fun, I think.
Yeah.
I've always liked it. Even the seasons that are slower, it's just interesting. It's just cool to see.
You literally just watch. I mean, it's some special moments on there like that make you just love football. Like when guys are preparing for the game,
they always have,
and they're looking on film and shit. Like they have this special teams coach, And everything that he says, like during the week of preparation, happens in the game. He's like, "Well, this guy puts the ball on the ground. This guy just don't put the ball on the ground. Fucking get in the game. The guy fumbles. Nobody even touches this motherfucker. He fumbles the ball. This is what he does." Or he was like, "Look," he told one of the players, like, "Look, Z, you got a chance to block this one here. If we see this look, you got a chance to block this one." Fucking in the game, the exact thing happens. It's fun to watch those like moments go from like preparation to actually seeing people do it on the field and stuff like that. And then of course they got high praise for Jonathan Taylor throughout the whole show. And you kind of just watch him tear teams up week after week, and it's fun. It's really fun.
It's a really good idea to have it during the season because you get to see that. Because you get to see all the prep stuff that they're doing in the week and then the results after. In the normal Hard Knocks, I mean, it's preseason stuff, so the games are really like a super small part of Hard Knocks, I feel like.
Yeah, because it's about to end once the season about to start.
Yeah.
Sounds good, though.
Yeah, I might have to check it out.
It's a must-see. Go ahead and tune in, bro. Oh, okay, so we got DeAndre Swift. He's a stud. He was drafted before him. I'm not mad at that. J.K. Dobbins, he's a pretty good player. He just hasn't played this year. He was on IR. Yeah. And then Jonathan Taylor.
He's both been pretty good.
I mean,
neither one of those are in the class of Taylor right now.
Right. I mean, they're not in the class. I'm not going to count on DeAndre Swift will probably never be looked at like a Jonathan Taylor just because he's going to be on the Detroit Lions. But he has a really, really good skill set. If he was on a better team, like say if I felt like if DeAndre Swift was a Chief, then we'd be looking at things a little bit differently for him. But Jonathan Taylor's probably the only guy on this list that has the ability to carry a team the way he's doing it. We don't really see that often in today's league. You know, you got Derrick Henry and.
Yeah, he's doing stuff that like nobody's done before, or he's joining a list of he's the third person to ever do
people
this.
who've carried teams to like deep in the playoffs and stuff like that. Like the legendary running backs we watched growing up, like Adrian Petersons and fucking LaDainian Tomlinsons and stuff like that. Like the best to ever do it. So hey, I mean, I'm all for it. I gotta love watching a dude play, and they got a hell of an offensive line too. So. I wouldn't want to play the Chiefs.
Now that you say that does kind of remind me of, I do remember a little bit from that game, and they were down 3 starting linemen before the game.
Yeah.
Because of COVID stuff.
Yep.
And the Cardinals defense is still pretty top notch statistically and everything.
Our D-line's pretty good.
In the game, they lost at least 2 or 3 more offensive linemen in game with injuries and stuff. The fact that they won that game by 6 with like probably their top 6 offensive linemen out is ridiculous.
Right, and continuing to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. How are you picking up guys off the street and Taylor's still going for 100 yards?
It seems
that shouldn't be able to happen.
What's up with the Cardinals though? How do we feel about Kyler and the boys right now? Kyler had some great plays with his legs that he made in the game, and I guess he made a few throws. But I mean, this is not all DeAndre Hopkins related. Right?
Well, they had no Connor this week too.
Right.
I think that was like 3 or 4 weeks where him and Deontay was out. Yeah. I think that 3 or 4 weeks all really fucked up their momentum and how they was going during the season because they was on fire before they both got hurt. They was busting everybody's ass, and then they had to sit for 3-4 weeks. Then he had to come back, first game back for D-Hop. He gets hurt, done for the season. Threw you off. They got the bad bug at the wrong time.
Yeah, it's all about when you go on a winning streak and stuff like that. I always think that's very important.
The wrong time, everything going wrong.
Too early, or you better be damn good if you do. And you don't plan on losing that much going forward.
There's certainly not a team that you're afraid of now.
No.
I mean, going into the playoffs, I'm sure they'll be favored whoever they're playing in the first round and stuff, but they're not a team like early in the season. It was like, I don't know how we're going to beat them. They were putting up 30 points every single game. Yep. And now they're just like a pedestrian offense. Defense is kind of average at this point too. It doesn't look great for them now. It does not.
They were hands down the best team in the NFL probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Before they got hurt.
Yeah.
Before they both got hurt.
They look more kind of, not middle of the pack, but,
closer to it
for sure. Right. I mean,
it sucks because I like them. I think they're fun to watch. I would have liked to see them make a deep run, but not seen it this year at this point.
No, I don't see that for them either.
It's kind of crazy to say this, but like I feel like it might have happened last week, but specifically this week, I felt like we finally know who the really good teams are.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're 15 weeks into the season. You should have this established.
That's the amount of like competitive balance has been in the NFL this season. Like normally you would have had that, like these known commodities already like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but now it's like we gotta literally wait to see. Like Dallas and I think Kansas City are the only teams to lock up playoff spots, right? Or maybe another team, but it's only Green Bay. I'm sorry, it's Green Bay. I think Dallas and Kansas City. But normally it's so many playoff spots already. That's week fucking 16.
Tampa as well.
Yeah, but was it 4 teams?
Yeah.
There's a handful. Normally all of the playoff spots, maybe except for like 2.
Right, you got like 2 wild card spots battling and one division winner.
It's week 16,
the Cardinals and the Rams have clinched their playoff spots too.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So they can't fall out of the playoffs.
So it's 5 in the NFC and 1 in the AFC.
Right. Well, maybe
so one league is normal.
And these clinches just happened this week. So it's like...
Yeah, they did.
For the most part anyway. So, just different. I definitely, enjoyed this season, but it's different from what we've known, I guess, here recently anyway.
Yeah, I think it's been fun. It's been fun not having an exact dominant team. I probably don't want that to always be the case. Like it's kind of fun to know who's the best, that's the team that you got to go beat. It's
really been any given Sunday type shit.
Yeah,
right now.
Who knows what can happen?
Yep, a lot of teams in the hunt.
Let's brush up on your boys, man. How you doing?
Brush up on my boys. How I'm doing?
We're going Patriots.
That's the next.
The rematch, round 2 against the Bills. We at home this time. They came out busting our ass, strong. Out the gate, we was down early. I think it was down about three scores at half.
7.
Did they come out with the "we've been disrespected after last game" vibe? I didn't catch any.
They
of this
definitely did. I'm sure they took the L that we gave them with a little grain of salt since it was bad weather and all this other shit.
For sure.
Understood. But we beat them at home, so they got us back at the crib. And took it to us, Only person that really showed up as much for us is Damian Harris. Had a 3 TD day.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize he got to 3. And
they ain't got crazy.
Over 100 yards.
They couldn't do shit with Dame. That was the only thing we could have going on offense. Mac ain't have a really good day. What can you do? What can you do? They took it to us. They did what they had to do. Our defense didn't stop them when we needed them to.
It's always the best time to say, I told you so.
Here we go.
It's really bad timing for Mac to do this to you right now. when Carl's been pressing this harder and harder every week, and he's going to give you his worst performance of the year. That's tough.
He's a good player overall, but he is not going to lead anybody to the Super Bowl. It's just not going to happen.
Can we start this by I never said that we were going to the Super Bowl?
He might not.
That was never the premise of it. You just said, "Oh, you going to fuck?" Yeah, of course he is. But I think we're good enough to be a team in the playoffs. What you talking about,
brother? I'm not saying y'all not. Y'all certainly are to at least get a ticket into the dance. But you sat here and tried to convince me
of
that your
that
team
he won't make mistakes.
That your team didn't have a flaw. We had this conversation. I said, each team has a flaw, except for one. And I said, sir, your flaw is that you have a rookie quarterback. And that is your flaw. As much as Bill tried to hide.
I don't think I said that we have. I think we're one of the best teams on offense, defense, and special teams wise. We're one of the better teams that you can't find a flaw in. We got a rookie quarterback? Of course. That's like a thing that's enough without saying. If you got a rookie QB, of course these things are going to happen.
You tried to downplay it. You tried to downplay it.
I did because we were playing good.
In the literal next week, Bill doesn't even let this guy throw over 4 passes because he doesn't want to lose the football game.
In a bad weather game and we won. What you want to do?
He know more than we do. That's all I'm saying.
Is there a wager to be made here?
Of what?
No, it's nothing to bet on now.
No,
it's nothing to bet on now.
We'll be better than y'all at the end of the season. Like we won't bet on that.
You better hope so. I tell you that. You better fucking
better
hope
than
so.
Y'all.
That the Steelers don't finish ahead of the Patriots.
We got the Jags and the Dolphins left. What you think?
Hey, look, it's very possible.
Look,
I wish that was our schedule. It's not quite.
Right.
It really wouldn't matter for the Steelers, I'll tell you that much, though.
We got the Jacksons and Dolphins. I'll take our chances in that.
I think yesterday was important for the Bills.
Of course it was.
They've had such a hard multiple weeks of just playing.
If we beat them in that
football.
game, there'll be a lot of question marks put up with the Bills at this point.
Well, very much. I mean, I think
season will be done.
The question marks would turn from question marks to just X's.
Right.
Like, this is not going to work.
Right.
So I think they needed that. And honestly, I think the way everything played out in that game and them and doing it in dominant fashion, I think this gets them back on course. I still think they're one of the best teams in the NFL. Yeah. I know you don't believe in that.
I just don't believe in them because you got to have a running game at some point. Your quarterback can't be a running game. Not if he's Josh Allen.
I'll say, your guy.
Well, I mean, that's not even going to work. When the Ravens were extra successful, he wasn't their leading rusher. He was a part of their running game. Your quarterback can't be your leading rusher. I think that's a successful winning formula to carry on or to like sustain throughout an entire NFL season. You can't do that.
Right.
It's been done. It's less than ideal, but
it's not been done for a good team.
The Chiefs have won without having a run game.
Yeah, but was Patrick Mahomes their leading rusher?
I don't know that, but they didn't have a run game. That's a very arbitrary stat. If who's your leading rusher? You said they didn't have a run game, and the Chiefs didn't have a run game. Took it to us.
Well, no, it's not arbitrary. What I'm saying is like specific. Your quarterback cannot be your leading rusher for you to take a team serious, especially in December and January football. That's all I'm saying. It's like, bro, at some point you're gonna have to get these tough third and twos or whatever it may be, and it can't be your quarterback that's always doing it. You don't get this guy killed. You have to establish some kind of dominance on in the trenches, and then once you do that, you can beat anybody. I'm not saying they can't advance in the playoffs or anything like that, but they can't beat anybody because they can't run the ball. So, or they don't do it consistently. That's just my only problem with the Bills. Can't put it in Josh Allen's hands every time and say, have at it.
Have at it. Well, I hope they fail. So it is what it is. It is what it is. They got left. Let me see.
The Bills?
Yeah. Falcons and the Jets. Oh, they'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll probably win out.
They'll be all right.
You guys are likely going to be losing the division and playing for a wild card spot.
That sucks. It probably will end up being that way just because of the fucking last two teams. Shit.
I mean, yeah, what can you do? But I mean, we've seen the Bills drop some games to some bad teams.
But it shows y'all as top of the division. No, I'm sorry.
I said no.
I just can't.
Yeah,
read.
I just looked.
No, I just can't read.
Yeah, we dropped.
I knew y'all had the same record, but I thought I saw them at the top.
3-2 in the division. They 4-1.
Gotcha.
So
right,
that's what it is.
No shits matter. And y'all dropped that early game to Miami or something.
Yeah, that shit fucked us.
Yep.
Those spots are set. Lions, Falcons. Who gives a fuck?
Let's go Bengals, Ravens, man.
That was a beatdown.
Bengals, Ravens.
The Ravens,
the Ravens suck.
They find a way to play decent though.
I seen a stat
with like little. What's this guy? What's his name? Josh Johnson or whatever. They
outperform their roster every week.
They really do.
No, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Like, how does this guy come off the street and go 28 for 40, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick? That's not bad.
No, it was wild.
Some stat.
Pittsburgh.
Well, it's basically saying over the course of the season, the Ravens have lost like 93 players or some shit like that.
Oh, it's nuts.
I'm like, the fact that they are still in the hunt and still
they don't have the same roster
scratching and clawing and shit to lose that many players over the course of the season is nuts.
It really is.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean they still fighting, man. You gotta give a lot of love to Harbaugh on that shit.
Yeah, they fighting.
I respect it. I respect it very much. They are fighting, but they suck. They're not a good team.
They haven't been a good team for a while.
No,
they were just leading the AFC. Like, I think they were just the number 1 seed.
I think that's what kind of made it.
Number 1 seed this year.
That's true. There's been a lot of people touchdown.
Chargers, Bengals.
But I think that's kind of hid them from some of the discussion, allowing us to think that they were
right, for sure. Because I mean, winning mask a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
But once you start losing and you start peeling back those layers, you see that like they don't have the talent, but they're fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, they have some lapses and breakdowns on defense and stuff, but you can tell that they're well coached because they at least can stay in the fight for a little bit. But I mean, the Bengals they got some weaponry on the offensive side of the ball, man. They just do. They got T. Higgins has been a fucking monster the last few weeks. He's like, It doesn't matter if you double team this dude. He's coming down with the ball.
He looked dominant yesterday.
He was, dude. It looks, he had 12 receptions for 194 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Burrow has one of the best receiving corps in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Between Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase is insane.
Yeah, I mean, you want they built it perfectly. You kind of want your receiving core is almost like a basketball team type shit. Like you got to have each guy
different skill set.
A detailed role, a different skill set. T. Higgins, your 50-50 ball catcher. Jamar Chase is going to take the top off the defense, and Tyler Boyd's going to make all of the tough catches over the middle and stuff like that. Now, each of these guys have the ability to do other things.
Right.
But
I feel like arguably they all can do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they all
can do all that shit.
Right, but they all have their specialties, the things that they're good at. This is the guy I'm going to. Tyler Boyd is the guy they're going to on third down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to make the catch on third down. And T. Higgins is going to guide you. If you need a play right now, we're going to throw it up to T. Higgins. Yeah. If we got a play action where, we need 90-yard touchdown, you know who we're going to on that. So they got defined roles. Like I said, it's like a basketball team. It's hard to defend for a defense. But I don't know what to think of the Bengals. Like I think they're certainly the best team in the AFC North, I think. But are they a good team? I still don't know yet if they're that good. I think they can play, yeah. But week to week, I don't know if they're that good.
I think they fizzle out really early in the playoffs, maybe not win a game. I think next year they're a team to watch out for, though. They've clearly developed or built the team.
Yeah.
In a way that they're moving in the right direction.
From here, you just got to add players, right?
Just got to add in some defensive pieces. The offense is really solid, but like you said, they're not consistent. They're not consistent enough that they're not going to make like a deep run this year or anything. But Burrow was retarded yesterday. He had 300 yards and 3 touchdowns at halftime.
Yeah.
I had a bet on those numbers specifically, and I'm like, that just hit at half.
That's wild.
That's insanity.
Wow. The whole game.
Look, the Ravens secondary is awful.
Apparently so.
Due to injury mostly, but
right.
Of course.
I mean, they could have stopped throwing the ball a long time ago.
Oh, way early.
They didn't have to keep
way early in the second half.
Yeah, they didn't have to keep throwing it.
But obviously,
I'm not
Burrow took this game a little personally. I seen the coach for the Ravens, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens. Yeah. Took a little shot at him the week before. They asked him about why was y'all doubling for Devontae Adams and and y'all ain't do that against the Bengals. He was like, he took a shot. He was like, I mean, it's fucking Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. Of course we're gonna do that. And then he said, it's not like we're about to give a Hall of Fame jacket to Burrow right now, so there's no need to do that.
Well, that's
a little shot. Looks like shot.
I feel that. I don't think it was a shot, but I mean, he showed out.
I think they created that one yesterday.
Yeah. You fishing.
I think not the NFL, but like all the media and stuff. I think they kind of created that yesterday.
Started up.
What he said is true. Like it wasn't that crazy of a thing that he said, but the Bengals clearly took offense to it.
Yeah.
They very much were making a point. I don't think that's a smart point to make, though.
I think Burrow brought up in the interview after the game that I think last year the Ravens whooped their ass in the same type of fashion, and they was running it up and still throwing the ball down the field when they was up a lot. So I guess I think he took that personally from last year when they got beat.
I mean, this is a great year for the Bengals.
Yeah.
It's the first time they've beaten the Steelers, or they swept the Steelers and the Ravens in the season since 2009.
That win specifically was like their biggest win in the franchise history in like 20 years or something like that.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Probably so.
I don't care about sportsmanship stuff. I don't care about them running up the score. I just think it's stupid. There's too many injuries in the NFL.
That's true.
To be leaving those guys out there when you have like a meaningful season going on right now for the Bengals, which they haven't had in quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're up by 15, 20 late in the game. Like, just run the ball. Get this game over with, and let's move on to next week.
He was throwing bombs too.
I bet you are bombs with like 2 minutes left.
The other, he threw for 500 yards. It's not many quarterbacks who've thrown for 500 yards. I think it's only like 8 who've done that in the game. Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
It's only one quarterback that's done it more than once.
I already know who it is.
Ben Roethlisberger. He's done it 3 times.
There's only one that's done it in the Super Bowl.
That's true. That's true. That's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But I mean, those games that it happens in, I guarantee if you look up everybody else's, they were probably in a fucking dogfight. It's probably scores back to back.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Other
like
games, yeah.
Right, those games, like it probably wasn't a blowout because if you're having it that easy,
you start letting up all the gas.
You're gonna let up all the gas, and you probably finish with 445 yards.
Dallas did it last night.
Yeah.
Dak had like 275 at halftime and might have thrown a couple of passes in the whole second half.
It just doesn't happen that often because if you're throwing the ball around that easily, then you're probably not, playing in the second half as much.
Right.
So, an interesting way to get to 500 yards, but he got it. He got it for sure. Can't take that away. It'll just be in a stat book now. Nobody will care. But looking back at the game, they actually blew him out.
Some fantasy owners that probably
it's a team that lost 93 players.
For sure.
Say he won some championships for people.
Or lost some. For sure.
Very true.
Speaking of teams that have been a letdown, let's talk about the biggest upset of the weekend.
Oh.
Fucking Texans.
Chargers, yeah.
Busting the Chargers up.
Is that really an upset? I mean, I guess it is, but
absolutely,
yeah, it's an upset.
I mean, the Chargers they're just so known to do shit like this. They're not
another team that was number 1 in the AFC at one point.
Yeah,
but they're just another team that's not good either. Though they're not. They have a great quarterback.
They were 8-6 coming into that game. They're not a great team, but
Justin Herbert is great.
They're above average.
What you say? That motherfucker can play some football, dog. I don't need to. No, I'm talking to him.
I was about to say.
I don't need to watch him play.
He's
much more football to realize that this is an elite level talent.
I don't need it
on a football field. I mean, shit.
That kid's something special.
Yeah, he's talented. Dog. I wouldn't say he's great yet.
Bull fucking shit, man.
That's what I'm
talking about. I'm not saying
you don't take these type of L's to these type of teams and be considered great.
It's a team sport. I'm not saying that. Was Dan Marino great? Because a lot of the teams he played on weren't fucking good. But I mean, come on. I'm not saying he's had a great career.
I think the team Herbert is playing with now is better than any team Dan Marino played with.
Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl his first year.
I'm just saying.
So you can't say that.
I'm just saying talent-wise of what he got around him, I think he has better players around him.
Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl his first year. Okay. Obviously not. That's an incorrect statement, I would say.
I feel like the talent-wise, he has better people around him. But
stop it.
The huge problem with the Chargers is they can't stop a run to save their lives. They gave up 150 yards to Rex Burkhead.
Rex Burkhead went stupid on them.
Every team they play, the running back goes ham. They've got a pretty solid passing defense, but every single team just knows they can run all over them. It's insane. And Herbert did not play good yesterday.
Before he died. All right, before that game, Rex Burkhead on the season had 1 TD and like 100 and some yards. He put up over half of his season-long yards in 2 TDs in one game.
How do you give up 149 to Rex Burkhead?
That's wild.
With the Texans, it's not like they're worried about other weapons, and this guy just carved them up.
You get Davis Mills some props, too. Davis Mills be playing.
His numbers for the last 4 weeks have been really good. It's not just a fluke.
He was highly touted coming into college, I believe. But he had some injuries and stuff like that kind of knocked him down. He still got drafted in the 3rd round, I think.
I don't know anything about him.
He's pretty decent.
From Stanford, right? Davis Mills from Stanford. Yeah,
I don't know where he's from.
Smart dude.
Stanford.
Yeah. They said he just had some injuries to his knees and stuff like that really knocked him down. But he was looked at as an elite quarterback, I think, coming into college and stuff.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's not bad.
He be playing. I ain't mad at him.
He just needs a couple years to
develop. Boy, he was real heavy on picking. I think he was putting the lineup together. He was going to put Herbert in. I was like, I don't know. Them Texans be problems for people. And for sure they did. They was on his ass. I think he did 1 TD and 2 picks.
These are the teams you don't want to play at the end of the year, though, at the same time. You don't want to play the teams with losing records.
Yeah. There's going to be in the way.
Well, some of them. There's a handful that have quit and given up on the season, and then there's ones like the Texans that are just...
Or the Lions. You don't want to play these motherfuckers. They still...
Keep Detroit away from
Definitely not the Lions. Definitely not the Lions. I can handle the Jags. I can deal with them.
Yeah. Jags, Jets, Panthers.
The Jags are backed up for about 6 weeks now.
Yeah. I'm good with the Jags. We can handle them.
Those teams that are going to have the top 6 picks next year they've canceled the season.
Damn, their whole backfield is old as fuck. They got fucking Rex Burkhead and Royce Freeman back there.
I think they've still got David Johnson.
They got David Johnson, but he ain't playing.
Yeah. That man's stealing some money from the NFL. Boy.
He is. He really is.
He really is.
All right, what about the Vikings-Rams game?
I didn't watch that much of it.
Damn, Stafford played like ass. 1 TD and 3 picks.
Yeah, he was awful.
I felt like I watched this, but I don't remember seeing that at all. So maybe I didn't. How the fuck
Look
did
at
they
Sonny
win?
Michel with the 131 and a TD.
I was going to ask you about that.
How about our old running backs getting it busy over the weekend?
That was actually something I was going to ask you. Does that irritate you to see Sony going off like that? Because he had a big week either last week or the week before that too. Yeah. You have any ill will towards him or no?
Nah.
Gotcha.
It's cool.
And then the Patriots never used him the way he was drafted.
I feel like he played pretty well for us when we had him.
I don't remember, honestly.
Minus like the injuries is what kept not being on the field a lot, but I think he played pretty well for us.
So he's a first-round draft pick, though, right?
Yeah.
You expect him to be
I think that was probably the problem.
Just because they're a first-round draft pick don't mean they got to be one of the best running backs in the league. They can still be a good running back for you throughout the season.
But when I draft a running back in the first round, he damn sure better be one of the best running backs in the league, or else you can get one of the motherfuckers from undrafted free agency.
I think that's
to be a middling running back.
Like I said, I think he played well for us.
I'm just saying he better.
We went to a Super Bowl with him.
He want to be ranked top 10 in damn near every category.
Well, he did something most running backs haven't done. That's go to a Super Bowl. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't remember much about that game either. The Rams won. I can't. Are they back on track? Do you think?
It's weird to say. They kind of have been.
I don't know if I can believe in them, bro.
They lost multiple games in a row mid-season against really good teams.
Because the
and then they put it back together and they've been
Titans.
beating the teams that they're supposed to beat. But that doesn't tell you much. I don't really know if they're a team to believe in or not, like going into the playoffs wise.
I mean, somebody else on their wide receiver core going to have to step up and show me that they can consistently beat people. I mean, I know Odell's he's a threat. I think he still can play or whatever. But
I think this is 4 weeks straight he didn't score.
No, it's not 4 weeks straight. He didn't score last week.
Well,
but he has
3 out of the 4.
Scoring some touchdowns here as of late. But has he been like? He's not scaring any teams.
You think that their problem this year though has been that their offense has not been good enough?
I mean, not. I'm not saying that it's their offense. I think it's a mentality approach on offense. Like offensively, I think you can't. I'll like them running the ball with Sonny Michel shows me something, but I don't think you can finesse your way to a Super Bowl. I think you got to have some form of physicality on your team offensively.
Cooper Kupp had 10 catches for 109 yards.
Yeah, he's going to continue to do what he does.
So what do you mean they ain't got no receiver that does it?
They're going to need another option, bro.
Cooper Kupp
Somebody else.
I don't know what you got against Cooper Kupp, but he's doing this every week.
It makes no sense. It's just
you said they need a receiver that's going to carry the weight, and he's doing this every week.
They're going to need somebody else to show that they can make plays consistently. That's what I'm saying. To take the pressure off of Cooper Kupp. It's going to come a time where Cooper Kupp is going to get shut the fuck down. It's going to happen. Y'all don't think it's like it's not possible. It happens to the best wide receivers who've ever played the game. You're gonna need a 1B to Cooper Kupp to take the pressure off. You're gonna need that to happen.
I think Higbee and Odell would do pretty hard.
Yeah, you use Odell as a high enough talent when it suits you when we're having Browns arguments. Mm-hmm. But now that the argument is more like Cooper Kupp not being enough to only be the guy, now Odell's not that great.
No, I just sat here and said that I think he can play. He just hasn't shown that he's been fantastic since he's been there, and maybe that's just him being in the system, not getting targeted enough, whatever. But I mean, he's got like 3-4 catches a game, maybe. He hasn't had any 100-yard games or anything. I don't know if he's even went over 50 yards. He's caught a few touchdowns.
You said it needed a 2 receiver. You need your number 2 guy going over 100 yards.
Sometimes Reggie.
I said, do you need that?
I'm not saying you need it, but I mean, it's certainly helpful.
You said they need a second. You said they need a second gun. They have one, but you're talking about he doesn't get 100-yard game.
Are you Higbee? Higbee plays pretty well for him.
That's a tight end. But what I'm saying is ultimately though is just that my personal beliefs and opinion is, and I love Cooper Kupp. I think he's a fantastic player. having an all-time great season. Nobody will ever take this away from him. I don't believe them or believe in them as a threat if Cooper Kupp is your number one wide receiver. I just think it's going to be games where he get taken out of the game, and it's like, what's his next trick? I think he can get open and all of that shit is cool, but what happens when physicality? The game is physical. It's a physical sport. What happens when he has to get a 50-50 ball? What happens when we need this third down catch over the middle, but the safety is coming down to crush this guy?
What makes you think he can't make that catch?
I just don't see him that often. I see a lot of.
He hasn't been shut down one game yet this year.
I just see him running a lot of open field, and that's like.
I think that shows testament to how well he gets open.
How good he is. He's very good. I'm not saying that he's not.
You got to catch no 50-50 balls if you get the fuck open like
that. What happens when teams eliminate that, though? What happens when teams say, we're not going to let Cooper Kupp beat us?
Why do you think?
What else the world?
Why do you think that's going to? That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. Why is that going to happen? Why is it a guarantee that somebody's
going to do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Everybody's DBs are depleted. There's not very many teams that have good DBs that's going to be in the playoffs.
He's got the best lockdown corner on his team.
Pretty much.
So y'all gonna say going forward, there's not going to be any team, especially in the playoffs, that isolate and shut down Cooper Kupp.
I'm telling you, name it who it is.
No,
it doesn't matter. I'm saying that's what you're saying.
Green Bay got a guy that's going to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That nobody is going to shut. Okay, all right then. We'll see. Let's look
at the standards.
No, because we gotta be clear about this, because the whole thing with this argument that I think is stupid.
I'm not gonna put any numbers.
Just have
maybe Dallas, maybe Trayvon Diggs can give him a little bit of a hard time. Maybe.
I don't.
But other than that, Tampa Bay's defense is depleted. Arizona's defense is depleted. Green Bay's DBs ain't that great.
Pull up his game log. That's all you need to see. But the whole thing about this that annoys me with your argument is every time it gets pinpointed to something specific, you want to dip and dodge. So basically what you have in place right now is if the Rams don't win the Super Bowl, you're going to come in here and tell us that you told us they couldn't do it because of what you said.
No, that's not it.
But that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you that's what's going to happen. They're probably not going to win the Super Bowl.
The last 5 games
and
in
nuts. 5 weeks, you're going to come in here and be like, hey, they got knocked out. What'd I tell you?
Let's look at his stat line on that game that they lose in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
What is a bad game? I want to establish all this stuff now. Yeah. So when it happens, we're not bullshitting back and forth.
His worst game in the last 5 games is 7 catches off 10 targets for 96 yards and no TD. That's his worst game in the last 5 games.
Average game the entire year.
Yeah, I mean, look. At what point did I say he was a bad player or not a fantastic player? I never said anything.
No, you haven't. You haven't at all.
You have to admit that the game is a physical sport. It's football.
Yeah, but
we're not playing 7-on-7. At some point, that bill's gonna come due for Cooper Kupp. That's all I'm saying is that somebody's gonna say, "Hey, we're not gonna let this dude beat us." And when he does catch the ball, we're gonna make it a tough contested catch every fucking time, or we're gonna ring his fucking bell. And it's not like he plays on the inside and outside, so he can't dictate that much. He's mostly a slot wide receiver.
Is it not happening now? Teams aren't deciding to try to lock him down?
I
mean, I guess they probably do. They probably have conversations about it.
They're on the top of the list of people to key in on when they're going into the week.
You would think. Nobody's been able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, look. Say what you want, but that's just my personal beliefs. Is he having a fantastic season? Yes. But at any point, do you say do you think he's the best wide receiver in the NFL right now, or he's the most targeted?
I think he's the best.
You think he's better than, we just had this conversation.
He's interchangeable with him and Devontae right now.
Let's be real. Come on, man.
He's having a better season this year. He's been the best receiver in the NFL. That's what I'm saying.
You can't even line him up on the outside. So you're telling me that he's the best wide receiver?
I seen a quote with Devontae said himself that Kupp needs to get more respect in this league. Like
he getting his respect right now. He's a great player. That is respect. What I'm saying is you can't actually believe that he's the best wide receiver in the league. Meaning, in any circumstance, you would rather have Cooper Kupp over this guy. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it because what irritates the fuck out of me about arguing with you, Carl, is stats only matter when they work for you. When they don't work for you, the stats don't matter. When we do predictions on guys that have never been in the professional leagues at all, you're ready to crown them as top 10 in whatever league they're about to go into based off of what you think their future success is going to look like. And we have a guy that is having the greatest NFL receiving season possibly.
For sure.
That we've ever seen. And it's like, well, I mean, Who's going to catch the ball over the middle? Is he going to get 50-50? And it just, everything changes.
Well, I mean, these are questions to be asked. This is football. It's not just statistics with football. It's intangibles that matter as well, too. Toughness and all of that shit matters. Not to say that he's not one of those guys, but Cooper Kupp he's been injury prone throughout his career.
Is very valid.
He's been injury prone throughout his career, and I just don't see him as a guy who makes the tough catches. Does he get open? Yeah, he got a lot of wiggle. That's great, but he's not playing inside outside. So when we try to make these comparisons of him being like, oh, size didn't matter to Steve Smith and size didn't matter to AB, these guys were inside outside wide receivers. They were dominating the best corners in the game. They were going over people, making catches that weren't supposed to be caught. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the difference when you see a little man play big. Cooper Kupp's not a little man playing big. He's a little man doing exceptionally well at what little men do. That's all I'm saying.
What did you look him up at?
Well,
it is what we've done a lot on Cooper Kupp. It is what it is. We did even more of this same discussion off.
I think you're like,
it is what it is.
You're just poking at stuff that like it doesn't make a difference. If he's been successful for a whole season doing what he do, then why does he need to do the shit that you say he don't do? If he's successful doing it this way, it's like it doesn't matter.
I'm not saying that he does need to do these things. I'm saying that they need to find somebody who can. That's it. It doesn't have to be Cooper Kupp, but they need to find your wide receiving core needs to be built like a basketball team. I just said that. They need to find somebody who can. Cooper Kupp can do this shit all day. But what happens when somebody needs to catch the 50-50 ball? What happens when somebody needs to make that tough catch? Is he that? Come on, bro. He's not that guy.
He's their deep threat guy.
OBJ's not that.
He's their tall, big receiver.
OJ is definitely not. He can make those catches, but that's not what he does. He's known for being a big play or like take top off wide receiver type play threat. And he's definitely not your sure hands wide receiver. Tell you that for damn sure. Not your possession guy. So, look, that's all I'm saying is just that. They have to have something else offensively. Otherwise, I feel like as a defensive coordinator, look, we're gonna queue up on this dude all day. And if they want to target, their game plan is to target him 12 to 15 times. Let them do that. Our job is to knock that percentage down. If he catches normally 80% of his passes, our job is to say, all right, he's only gonna catch 60 today, and that's a win for the defense. And I think you're gonna see a lot of teams or some teams win the games against the Rams that way. But we'll see. Of course, we'll see. That all will play out.
I'm sure you want to talk about the Bucs and the Panthers.
There's not anything to say. There was a beatdown. Everything went as expected. Bucs.
Darnold got in the game.
Good.
He did.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, it's just
at this point, it makes more sense to play Darnold the last two games, and he should have probably played all of the last game. He's on the roster as of next year. Cam clearly will not be, so they're not learning anything beneficial by letting Cam play. You may as well have Darnold out there.
Well, if you want to try to win some games, you try to I guess use a combination of them both, playing Cam in the red area a little bit.
I'm not mad at that, I guess, but.
He's been good there, though. He's been pretty good there.
He gets a touchdown. Basically, this is the first week he didn't have a touchdown. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a great game plan if they're, like, competing for something. If they were in any kind of contention and you're really trying to win, then great. As of right now, I mean, long term, you're better off getting as many looks at Darnold as you can before the season is over so they can know, are we trying Darnold at all next year anymore or are we moving on? And they got to make that decision.
Got to work it out.
But it's gross. I watched a lot of the game, but I had bet a bunch on the Bucs, so it was even a fun game for me to watch. Yeah. I'm smart. I'm a smart guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here and we're gonna make money on how bad the Panthers are. Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way to look at it. That way you're not
way to cash out on it.
Got to get that money where you can.
Find a way to get them wins.
What about the Steelers-Chiefs game?
Yeah, let's talk about that ass whooping.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly was that.
That game was gross.
I didn't think the Steelers. I thought that's exactly what I expected. Is what we saw. Because that's what the Steelers are. They stink. I mean, I don't know.
Well, you fooled me into thinking that every game is going to be close, even though they're going to lose. I never thought we're going to win. I expected a fight.
That was prior to them starting to allow 30 points and then 200-yard rushing performances. That's our defense has fallen off a cliff. They're uninspired. at every turn. I mean, I don't know. It's just a bad team. It's nothing. The Steelers don't do any one thing well, offensively, defensively, or on special teams. They don't do anything good, and really, it's the worst Steelers team I've ever watched in my life, and that is like a completely true statement. Anybody who's been watching the Steelers for the past 25 years, this is literally the worst Steelers team you have ever seen. Like statistically, they're giving up the most yards than they ever have. The Steelers have given up more 20-yard runs this season than they have the past 2 seasons combined, by like 10 plus runs. Like I said, this is the worst. The worst. We haven't scored a touchdown in the past 5 in the past 5 first halves. We haven't scored a touchdown. That's the first time that's happened since they've been called the Pittsburgh Pirates. That was in the 1940s. And like I said, it's like, again, it's every stat that I'm going to say is just to tell you how bad they are.
Yeah. This is the first time I even looked at the box score. Who the fuck are these Chiefs that were putting up all the yards? Pringle, and who is Gore?
That's Frank Gore's son.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's Frank Gore's son.
100 scrimmage yards for that guy.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter because the Chiefs go on a was it like a?
Did Tariq get hurt in that game?
No, he played the whole game. We isolated Tariq pretty good, but it didn't matter because we allowed fucking Pringle to get off.
Pringle did get off. Once it popped, the fun don't stop.
Well, I mean, this is just the Steelers work against themselves. It's just it's not even hard to watch anymore. It's just more numbing than anything. You just kind of sit there and take it. I mean, they go on the Chiefs go on like a 14-play, 73-yard drive. Of course, cap it off with a touchdown. And what does Ben go out there do the first play of the next drive? He throws a fucking interception. What do you think your defense? How do you think your defense?
I think I've seen that, John. They
just stay on the field all the time. That's why they suck now.
Yeah, I was mad. I think the commentator or something was talking about it, and I went and talked to him about that pass that he threw. It was like a bad ball. He's like, yeah, it kind of sailed on me. And then they started like giving him excuses. I'm like, why people keep enabling Ben when he do these badass passes? It's like the winds are picking up today. It might have got it. Like,
we threw a flea.
It was a bad ball. No matter what the wind was doing.
We threw a flea flicker, dog, and he underthrew the flea flicker and it got picked off. I mean, guys, you can draw it up for guys to be wide open, and the Steelers are somebody's always gonna mess the play up on offense. It's going to be one of the 5 offensive linemen. None of those guys are good. They all stink, especially the center. He's the worst player in the NFL. And I mean, somebody's always gonna mess it up. So it's hard. I mean, Najee's great. Pat Fryermuth's great. Deontay has his moments where he can be a great player, but he screws it up a bit. I don't know. It's hard to believe in anything that they do, and it's kind of, you got to look at Mike Tomlin when it's situations like this. Man, I don't care. I get that he's won some games and stuff like that, but man, this has been a terrible product that he's put out on the field week in and week out, where you can't even move the fucking football. Newsflash: nobody told the Steelers that you can actually get a first down on first or second down. You don't have to wait until third down to attempt to get the yardage necessary for a first down. But for some reason, we always find ourselves in 3rd and 8s and 3rd and 7s. They don't practice. That's what it looks like. They don't practice throughout the week. So, I mean, that's pretty much. Patrick Mahomes is a great player. He's fucking fantastic. That dude he can spin it. That was the good things I took with that game.
Yeah, I heard he's pretty good.
I heard about that guy. What about that,
man?
The Cowboys game last night.
Ass whooping.
That'd be the worst Sunday night football game in
I watched 0
years.
I watched none of that.
I watched the first half.
Was it worse than that Tampa Bay game?
What was that one?
When they got shut out.
Oh, no, that one might have been worse to watch.
At least we got to see some scores happen.
Dallas they looked dominant last night.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just because the Redskins are terrible and they were missing guys, and they've just been a disaster here the last 2 weeks with all the COVID shit they've had.
See what Dallas did.
Dallas looked impressive.
Giants,
they looked like
the Cowboys beat the Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Dallas is a good team.
I think the opposite is happening to them that was happened to the Cardinals. I think they're coming into their own at the right time when the Cardinals are breaking down at the wrong time or whatever.
I think you're right. Yeah, I agree.
They got all their guys healthy now. All their offensive pieces are back. All the defensive pieces are healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They did lose to the Raiders on Thanksgiving. That's not an eternity ago. I know it's a couple games back, but
they were down all their receivers that game.
Yeah, they ain't had. That's when they ain't had nobody.
I mean, it is fair. It is like there's still
I forgot
bad
about
losses.
Yeah,
but
still put up 33 points, but
yeah,
that's crazy. that wasn't the problem at all.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah, they'll be all right.
Good teams, I guess a good scheme will find a way to score at some point.
True.
Exactly.
Says a lot about the Steelers' offensive coordinator. But yeah, I mean, I didn't watch that game any at all. But I mean, I fully expected that Dallas should win that one.
Yeah, handedly as well.
Did you see the fucking fight between Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne?
I didn't. I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
Those are two big motherfuckers. We talk about Alabama defensive linemen.
They was arguing on the sideline. My man's was standing over top of him. He hit him one of them joints where he poke his finger in your side of your head.
No.
I've been telling your ass.
No.
So it was straight up disrespect. My man swung on him. He kind of missed a little bit. But it was like
him slightly.
Whenever you step to a man and you put your finger at his temple while you talking to him,
yes,
you gotta expect some blows to be thrown at some point.
Well, to me, it's like, why didn't you just throw the punch?
Why didn't you just?
Why didn't you just throw the punch? If you know that you're gonna do this, and we two grown men, you know I'm.
I mean, I think that's why he didn't retaliate. I think he knew that the reaction to that would be, I'm gonna get up and try to hit you. So he after that happened, he got settled down a little bit. It was like, all right, yeah, I was disrespectful. He was supposed to jump at me like that.
I'm not gonna poke you in the face. I'm gonna throw a punch because that's obviously what I want to do. I want to fight at this point.
It's usually not great to start a fight on your side.
Probably not.
The whole thing is not a good look either way. Yeah. But if you're the poker instead of the puncher, a lot more grace for you as that player.
Yeah, I mean, and some people are having to take Jonathan Allen's the team captain. He shouldn't have reacted like that. How should have he reacted? I'm a grown man, and you think that you could mush me? What the fuck, sir? I will drag you across the 50-yard line before that shit happens.
Don't touch my temple, bro.
Seriously. What kind of shit is that?
Disrespect.
Temple.
Yeah, there's only one word for it. It's disrespect.
We would have been short a player. That's all I'm saying. He would be coming back on the field.
Looked like they were short a whole bunch of players. Could not afford to lose anybody.
You generally don't see that with the big guys normally don't want to fight each other. It's normally like a running back and a big guy or something like that. Yeah, the big guys ain't try to do that. They know somebody about to get fucked up. I try to.
They should get all their banging out on the field, just smashing up against linemen and shit. Yeah, I know it is what it is. Go on ahead and AO that. I don't care.
Yeah, they're not.
I'm not calling no homo. I said it. Smashing up against each other. Yeah, that game was terrible, but it is what it is.
Yeah, fuck CD.
It was a good week. It was a good week to have football scattered all over the place. COVID is running crazy right now, and they're canceling games in all kinds of leagues,
wiping people out.
It's a mess. I do appreciate that the NFL appears to have no interest in slowing anything down. We're going to keep on pushing forward. They're keeping their playoffs on track. I like
and
that.
The NBA.
Yeah, NBA, they're canceling games as necessary, but we talked about it. Like, basketball is so much easier to just fit it back in.
Yeah, way more games.
There's a lot of bowl games getting canceled right now.
I've seen a lot of those.
It kind of speaks to how pointless they are. Like, they don't mean anything. We get rid of the game and
it doesn't do anything.
They're not going to cancel the national championship.
They talked about that already.
Are they for real?
They've already said that if a teams in the Final Four can't play, they will forfeit games. And if 3 teams forfeited and only 1 team had enough to play, they would be crowned champion.
Wow.
NCAA is pussy.
That would be.
They are backing off already.
You got to do.
That would be whack as fuck.
You got to do how they did the Indians, right? They'll give them some blankets with COVID in it.
Oh, wow.
Well, I didn't know where you was going with that. Like, what?
That's how they did the Indians, right? They gave them blankets full of disease. That's how you do it. If you're down to the Final Four, that's the way you do it right there.
Hey, we got you guys
a gift.
That's wild. They can't do that.
No, if anything, you let all the other bowl games get canceled if they have to. And the Final Four playoff push it back a whole week.
Yeah, we got plenty of time to get them shits off. Plenty of time.
We'll push it back a whole week if you have to.
Yeah, it's not like you're on some type of time trial or something.
I thought that was crazy.
Back. That would make sense. Would you want to be that college that gets crowned off of default?
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want to, but if that's what happened,
if that's what it was,
too bad for you.
We are the champions.
Yeah, for sure.
Suck a dick.
For sure.
I don't know.
It would suck.
It sucks.
I mean, it would.
Like you ain't win it. I mean, but you won
made it to the. As a coach, I would have sold him. We made it to this point. We won enough, apparently. So he didn't win it, but we won enough.
Yeah.
So it takes something to say that.
I agree. I mean, celebrate what you can.
We popping bottles in the night malls. Tell you that.
We popping bottles
straight up.
All right. I don't even know what we were talking about. I really don't.
We're going into music.
Pause, but yeah, music it is.
Yeah. Well, there's no better way to end the year off than to have a good old Hove debate get sparked up over the last week.
Does seem to be good for the social medias.
Yeah, people like to debate these great things. So, Mr. Sean Carter went on Clubhouse, because apparently Clubhouse is a popping thing again. He was on Clubhouse talking to people about some shit, and somebody asked him, who would he do a versus with? Who can you see him doing a versus battle with? And if you listen to it, you can hear the scoff that he gave, like almost immediately when the question was asked, almost like he felt disrespected that somebody would even ask him this question. And his response that nobody would stand a chance in hell against me in the verses. Like nobody. He's like, I can't say anybody wanted to step into that battle with me. And the internet goes nuts and starts throwing out all these names of guys that could compete with Hov in the verses. And it was fun. It was fun to see. Throughout the Futures and the Waynes, Kanye's, Drake's. Saw mostly Wayne and Future though. So some of the main ones I saw.
I wonder why Future.
I thought it was well too. I mean, Future I think he responded. He said someday. I think he said himself that he would beat him. That he was bigger than Jay-Z in the streets. Something like that. That's cool. But the verses ain't in the streets. Versus is on live at this big stage or whatever.
But ultimately though, who's the judge of who won what in a versus? Nobody.
It's all opinionated.
Everybody's gonna feel like they won. It's like a rap battle.
Well,
No, you've never seen a battle rapper come out after you watch them get destroyed. The interview after, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, I 3-0'd them."
Adrian Broner.
But we've seen some versus battles where we clearly know who was the winner in it though.
Yeah, there could be like a social consensus of what's the people talking about.
Yeah,
the most.
it's all opinionated, but it's certain junks like the Locks and the Dipset. Everybody knows the Locks won. I mean, there's nothing you can debate in that.
You're saying from his perspective, of course, that's what he said. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm just saying in general, it's just like who's the judge of who won? Because I mean,
it's popularity. The popular pick. Whoever the people say.
It's going to be people I think can go toe to toe with Jay-Z in a versus battle.
I think so too.
There's a few artists I would.
I think there's a handful of them.
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying that they would win. I just think because it is arbitrary and it's kind of up to your opinion. I think most of the names that you mentioned, Drake, Wayne, Kanye. I think if you did a versus with them, I don't think the end of the verses would be like, yo, that's embarrassing that they even tried to stand up there with him. But I think
I think a lot of those guys would get embarrassed by Hov.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is not true.
It's
not. Jay-Z got some great music. He do, but it's
not just about the music. We've seen the verses. It's not just about your music. It's about what you do on that stage and what you play.
What is
so
Jay-Z?
It's not. We've seen that the guys that he got all these hits. He got way more hits than this. All right. You see what you do when you stand in front of them and he spits his Hot 97 freestyle on you from Funk Flex. How you gonna respond to that? Because he's going crazy right now.
Have you seen the Future? You don't know what the fuck do you know about what he's gonna do when he gets on the stage? Besides play the songs, the 20 hits that he's gonna play. I mean, I don't get that. What I'm saying is just that people have hits that can match up with Jay-Z. That's a fact.
Yeah, okay.
That's just a fact, bro. Drake has them.
You don't think that's a fact?
That's just a fact.
I feel like the thing that takes like Jay to the next level and like gets him to
We're talking about verses. Yeah, other people have hits, of course. But to say it in the verses against Jay-Z, who's been one of the greatest rap performers of all time, he's going to murder you on that stage. He does that when he's doing stage by himself.
Wayne is also one of those. Kanye West is also one of those. I mean, all of these people you can throw in there and say, Eminem. I mean, they gonna have a fair shot.
All these people you named call Hov the GOAT for a reason.
Yeah, but all right, this is what I was trying to say.
Could just play Renegade and win.
Okay.
Jay is considered to be the overall GOAT because of everything he brings to the table.
Yeah,
with his lyrical ability, the hit making ability, the business stuff, all kinds of things encompass him as the GOAT.
I think
all of that doesn't matter when you're in
being a rapper is the number one though.
Sure, 100%. Not disagreeing that. I just don't understand how somebody could think Wayne is going to battle him and be like an embarrassment. I just don't understand that. Wayne would be my number one contender. If I had to pick somebody to go against him, like a hit for hit thing, Wayne would be the guy I would pick.
Well, you can't go wrong with that.
What would be your choice? I think Drake would probably be my second pick.
I'll go Wayne.
Yeah.
I'll go Wayne.
You think it would be an embarrassment?
I love Wayne. Wayne's gonna pick the shittiest playlist you ever heard in your life to perform against.
I like how you think you know what's going to happen.
I think it's a. I think. But look. Of course, y'all gonna say this. I think it's a deterrent when you have more music than everybody because you only gotta play 20 records. So Wayne has probably the most songs of anybody, but he can only pick 20. So depending on what he picks, yeah, he can get embarrassed.
We did.
He come out there playing Lollipop. Hov's gonna play PSA and get him the fuck up out of there.
Why would you think that would happen though?
Hey, I don't know. We talk about Wayne. We don't know what he would play.
That's crazy.
I know what he would play.
In your hypothetical, Jay's got the perfect playlist fired up and ready to go, and Wayne thinks that Lollipop's going to be his winner. Now I understand why you think it'll be an embarrassment.
Yeah,
if that's the hypothetical you've got built up.
Freaking DSP.
Hey, let me.
Where he curates playlists all the time on there. And they the most fire fucking playlists. He bought that playlist he said that a couple months ago too. Toe to toe. ain't nobody fucking with me making playlists. You don't think he can have an ultimate playlist of his own records?
I need to see how deep this fan shit goes.
No. You missed the whole point of everything. I'm sorry to cut you off and step back in here. You missed the whole point of everything that I was talking about in your hypothetical. My point is, you have Hov executing to perfection, and you've got Wayne doing everything wrong that he possibly could. So no wonder you think it's going to be an embarrassment. Okay. I think you're discrediting Wayne's ability to be an entertainer.
I think Wayne is one of the GOATs, but stepping toe to toe to one that he knows is the GOAT, I think he knows better. And at the end of the day, it's never going to happen. We're never getting this Verzuz, so it is what it is.
It's all hypothetical.
This was Jay-Z telling us he's never going to do it.
Yeah, he wouldn't never waste his time doing such a thing.
I think that's the only reason he said it.
But I don't know. I need to know how deep the fan shit goes with you.
Here we go.
Oh, you haven't picked it up yet?
No.
Y'all don't hold Hov as a GOAT. Y'all think Hov is like in like a lower than the GOAT.
Nah,
he's not the greatest rapper of all time to me.
Okay,
I think he is, but I clearly explained
like the skill level. You think he's a better rapper than Lil Wayne?
Yes.
He can out-rap.
Factually, yes,
too.
definitely. Yes. Wayne can rap his ass off. He's a punchline demon.
Jay-Z
I don't think it's a blowout. I think that it's.
But Hov can definitely out-rap Wayne for sure.
Yeah, I take Jay.
I just want to know in what way, of how, like what skill are we talking about? Like flows, probably
everything rap wise.
Yes. Probably not.
He probably won't beat him in singing the songs that Wayne does. Wayne can do that better. He can do the high love. He can do that better. Wayne got that on lock, but Hov ain't never doing that shit.
The same way you heard Eminem out-rap Jay-Z on his own.
We're not going to keep doing that, bro. You're not going to keep bringing up fucking Renegade and somehow he out-rap somebody, bro. We're not doing that.
Wayne is prime.
We're not doing that. We ain't gonna, I see y'all ain't bring him up in the verses to get his help because y'all know he would watch Eminem's ass.
I said.
Well, black people would never let Eminem win.
But Eminem got the bigger fan base.
Hov would never let Eminem win.
Our opinions don't matter.
Yeah, I mean that's a fact, though. Eminem
that's what I'm saying.
A bigger fan base is a fact.
Understood. I'm saying that opinion doesn't matter.
Versus
is a hip hop thing, right, so the opinion is hip hop based. You're not going to
people
catch.
Just are disgusted that the best rapper of all time is actually a white dude, and people that disgust people or black people
like technical rap.
Yeah, as far as the skill goes, of rapping he's the best, and I don't care. Look, Jay-Z can rap his ass off, especially back in the day for sure. But at no point in time was he a better even now technical rapper. I
think he's gotten better in old age.
Do you have any response to what he just said
about what about Eminem?
Yeah, from Jay's perspective, or from your perspective.
From Jay's perspective,
I guess is what I'm saying.
That Eminem is a better technical. He better with words. He knows a lot of words. He probably knows every word. He probably knows every fucking word there is to say. So yeah, he's better in that capacity. But I still think Hov is a better rapper to me personally. But it is what it is.
I think that I agree with him. I agree with him. I think Jay's the best overall. But
I think it's the same argument for Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is technically, as far as technique goes, is a better rapper than Jay-Z. Jay-Z is just. Is what he is. He's iconic. He's a mogul. All of this, the other things.
We're not gonna do that. I hear people do that. We're not gonna put because he's great at business. That's why he's up there. He was considered the GOAT because of rap before he was a billionaire.
At his peak of rapping, nobody robbed you. You never said, "Oh, this guy could rap Lil Wayne" when he was in his prime. You didn't think that. There was plenty of people in Jay's prime that rivaled him as a rapper, and people would say that Nas is a better rapper than Jay-Z. You don't have
I just arguing opinions, but okay.
No, it's not an opinion, bro.
I've said before that I think Wayne had the best prime of any rapper ever.
Yeah, I mean,
I do think that's
the hottest rapper ever. That's the standard.
I got a question for you though about this. I just thought of this. I think it was Corday that we were having. Was it Corday that you were saying didn't rap about anything? No, it couldn't have been that. Who was it though? It was just last week or the week before.
Did he say
Roddy Rich?
Roddy. Yeah.
Oh, say something about that too.
I'm not comparing like Wayne to Roddy exactly, but I think you could say that Wayne hasn't rapped about anything in quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about Wayne right now.
Nah, I'm just. This is.
I'm asking you. He's pretty much rapping about the same things over and over.
This is just a question that just popped in my head.
Even if you say that, like that's to me. I don't think about rap like that as far as like.
Yeah, I'm just asking you a question. I'm not trying to make a point.
I'm trying to explain it to it.
Right,
what I'm saying is like when it's the difference when it comes to stuff like that is that you can actually tell, regardless of if he not really talking about anything that means anything socially or anything like that, he put thought into these lyrics and it means something. It causes you to think. It makes your mind work. On the other end, you can tell, this is a smart individual regardless, or, he actually put thought into what he's saying. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference between what he's doing and like what a Roddy Ricch would do. Roddy Ricch is not thinking about, he's just thinking about what rhymes and what can I get to the next bar the quickest way.
I want to come back to that though. I went back to,
that's why I think
that makes sense.
Difference there.
I went back to that Roddy album. He kind of be saying it a little bit. On his girl,
bro, you can't even convince yourself. I can tell you by your face that you
I'm serious. I went back to the album. I was playing it again this week. I kind of like the album a little bit more. On his girl records, he be saying some shit. He might not be saying the wildest, craziest bars, but the lyrics that he uses are pretty good.
Give me some of that shit he be saying.
I can't write it back to you right now.
How about that?
It's not as the harder banging records. Anyway. Like I was saying, the harder banger records, he's not really putting no emphasis on his lyrics. But his slower records, he be saying some shit, and that's a talent of writing to write the slow R&B type records like that. That's a talent in itself. I think he does pretty well on that.
He's not gonna start.
He does pretty well on that.
I am a Roddy Ricch fan. I believe he's very talented at certain things, but nothing that he said.
Not even for that Late at Night record. You don't think that's a good written record?
I think, it's formatted great, but
the shit he's saying is a good. Like he had to write those good written lyrics that he wrote that he's singing.
I don't remember.
It's nothing impressive to make you. It's not like super quotable there. I mean, you're not getting those from Roddy Ricch. That's not his thing, and I mean that's fine. But what I'm saying is
not true. But
you don't get that. Not recently. Not from his music that he's making right now. You're not getting a lot of quotables. That's fine. I think he needs to grow there. That's all I'm saying. I like him as an artist, but you're not gonna sit there and compare him. Nobody's gonna compare him to Wayne.
I wasn't doing that.
Like that.
I wasn't doing. You let it go extreme. I just said his slow records, some pretty good penning on there. That's all I'm saying. Not saying he's wrapping circles around the fucking industry. I've never said that.
He can't rap any shapes. Anyway,
any day, ain't nobody fucking with Hov. He's not stepping in the ring with none of y'all. Just forget about it.
Yeah.
On we move.
How about Hov's nemesis, former nemesis?
Cool.
Nostradamus.
Nasir? Are we gonna get into his album?
That's the only other music topic I got.
Oh, I was gonna get into the Fetty jump, but yeah, he put out an album on Magic with Hit Boy. Still album. I fuck with it.
Didn't even know it was coming, did you?
I didn't. I think it was a surprise drop, which I ain't mad at all. I appreciate it.
No clue. How many tracks is it?
It's about 8 or something like that.
9 songs, 29 minutes.
Yeah,
that ain't bad.
Solid though.
Quick little listen. I threw it on like 10,
Straight
15
raps.
minutes before we started recording, and it sounded great.
Straight raps.
To me, it reminded me of like older Nas, where he was like really rapping aggressive, and it just sounded sick. But I haven't listened much.
He was getting to it. I appreciated it.
It sounded like when he was better than Jay-Z.
I don't think that.
Okay.
No.
But not everybody does. You're right.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Not everybody does. You're right.
I didn't listen to anything this week.
I'm not falling into this shit.
Nah, that doesn't work. Christmas was too busy. I didn't listen to much of anything, so I don't have anything to report. I'm sorry.
It was light. It was light on music for real.
What? Y'all ain't see the whole back and forth with Black Youngster and
we was talking about music that dropped, not fucking drama of the rappers.
No, that wasn't.
No, it was music that dropped.
Wasn't on our radar.
You didn't see that?
No.
What? We talking about him dissing Dolph?
Yeah, he dropped the Dolph disc at the grave site or whatever. They say it was Dolph's real grave site. I'm not sure about that or not, but it definitely had his last name, Black Youngster.
Okay.
And and then Gucci Man, he dropped the Long Live Dolph track. That was pretty dope. I haven't even listened to the Black Youngster one yet. But both
the album's hard
numbers
too.
or whatever kind of going. So kind of like a little back and forth with it because people are saying like it could have been like Gucci throwing like little subliminal shots at Black Youngster. And then there's a lot of people that's out there that's like, saying that Black Youngster shouldn't have done what he done and all of this stuff. To me, I think it's all fair.
You can say he's keeping the same energy, but he's been pretty quiet for the last year or so as far as music goes. So the fact that he's using this to promote his new record, it's like, all right, bro. Like, all right.
Yeah, it's a cheap shot for sure, but I mean,
it's corny as fuck.
It's corny.
Right.
It's corny.
More bodies are going to drop. It is what it is. When more people die, more people are going to die from it.
Yeah.
I don't think they worry about those type of things. That's just the lifestyle that they're in. But like, I just feel like if you had zero respect for somebody when they were alive, then
I appreciate that.
I'm fine with keeping the same energy. I'm not gonna call it. At least, see, these are the kind of people. At least I know that you can trust at a certain point because it's like they're always gonna be the same.
It depends. If somebody like was just randomly asking you about him and you were like, nah, I ain't saying nothing about that. But that to use him in the video, I think a couple of weeks ago he was rapping the diss track that he said to him made a couple of years ago. He was rapping that shit all hard, saying Dolph's name in it. It's like it's corny because now you're just using this man's death to promote you in a sense. And it's whack. Like, if you don't fuck with him, don't use him to promote your shit either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let that shit die.
Yeah, I can see you calling the whack from that. I don't think it's, I think it's, fair game. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's wrong, like morally or anything for him to do such things. It's fair game with what they play. So.
It's what it is.
Sure.
But the Gucci Man Dolph tribute, whatever, Long Live Dolph, that's really dope. It's still trending right now.
Gucci was shining in that motherfucker.
You know that's Gucci.
He was shining in that bitch. Boy, he had some big stupid ass diamonds on his fingers, bro.
Gucci Man got some money. Yeah, for sure.
But the fucking Fetty Wap interview on Act. He went on Akademiks podcast, had a little interview with him talking about his career and shit. And they had this one topic when they was talking about Drake, about how he ended up not putting Drake on his album. I don't know if y'all remember the song My Way. Drake had jumped on it. It kind of blew it up pretty big. It was the year that Fetty Wap was on fire. So, Drake gonna hop on the song that's one of your On Fire's records and make it go up. So what happened was the song originally was put out on SoundCloud and it was his boy's Monty's song who's been on like all his records of that year. He was a lot on that album or whatever. It was his song and Drake wanted to hop on it. Well, Drake did hop on it. And he went to Fetty and was like, let's take Monty off and just be me and you on this record and put this shit out. It's going up. Fetty Wap told Drake, nah, I want to keep my boy Monty on. This would be good for him, trying to help him get on since I'm already popping right now. It'd be good to get him on. He said, so how about we just put me on the hook and you and Monty do the verses? And in my mind, I'm thinking, if y'all was on the phone talking about the situation and Drake is telling you how this song is going to get put out with him on it, and you tell him, nah, I'm keeping my man. So I can see Drake automatically thinking like, oh, you tripping. Like, I'm doing you a favor, not your man's. You the hot one right now. I'm not getting on a song with Monty, like, or whatever. So I can see Drake having that response. So apparently they got off the phone. The song gets leaked, like probably a week or so after that. So of course, people believe Drake has something to do with that. So I want to know what y'all would do, because this is like a morals versus business type of situation. If you and your man's coming up, you popping, you on fire right now. You one of the hottest rappers of the year right now. You trying to put your man's on. He got a fire record with you on the hook, killing it. The hottest rapper in the game comes to you and says, take your man's off. I just want me and you on this record, and it's going to be a number 1 top 10 hit or whatever. Are you taking the Fetty route and telling Drake, nah, I'm good on that, and not putting them on your album because of that? Or are you gonna be like, yo, all right, Monty, we're gonna get you on my album, but this record, Drake want this, so we're gonna do this. What would y'all decision be in that?
I mean, it's my boy's song, so ultimately it would be up to him, but I would have more the stance like, I'd rather keep my homeboy on the song or whatever, and then it is what it is. After that, if you want to do it, then or if you don't want to do it, then that's up to you, whatever. And then I feel like, I'll just make my own way after that. It's almost be like, all right, if you want to play it like that, then fuck you. But I think as your homeboy though, like if you're a real dude, like if that's your real nigga and shit, he gonna be like, yo, take me off that fucking song and put Drake on there, motherfucker. And this shit gonna go up, and me and you can double back and do this shit at any time. But you gonna take me off this fucking song, and you gonna put Drake on there because that's what's ultimately was best for the team type thing. So I think you gotta show loyalty like both ways, like, or it's, like I think that's how you gonna know that's your real friend, and they gonna know that you they real friend because like I was willing to sacrifice this shit for you, but you willing to sacrifice this for me, and ultimately, you know what I'm saying, like. This will make us, going to make us better. Like somebody who's thinking about the whole team and not just themselves. Yeah. So if that's your real boy, it would have got done.
You right?
Yeah, I echo almost the exact same thing. And specifically the way I'm handling it is if it's his song, it's his sign off. Like you get the final yes or no. Are we doing this? But I'm taking it to him and saying, Drake has said he's not doing the song with you on it.
Right.
Do you still want it to, can we still put it out? And figure out a percentage or something financially to take care of the person. Like we can split my stuff or whatever. Right. You got to do something to try to offer out to them. But ultimately, it's up to them. And if they say no,
right,
you can't do it without me on the song. I won't do it, but that's somebody I look at a little bit differently. Right, at that point.
We kind of try to put this thing in perspective. Y'all are speaking in this in a way like Fetty and Monty have the upper hand in the situation just because they made the song. When Drake wants to hop on something and you a new artist, Drake is in control of this situation there. So
not if it's my song.
No. It went out when he said, no, we ain't doing it like that. The song still went out and Drake still got what he got from it. So it's like, yeah, you can feel that way, but it's like
outcomes.
You can't control the outcome, but I feel like Drake was giving him a courtesy by saying this to him just to be nice. He didn't have to come to Fetty at all and say nothing about, no, we're going to take your bands off the song because the song was going to go out regardless. It was already going up. It was doing stupid numbers on SoundCloud or whatever it was when Drake had hopped on and it was like, yo, this version is going out, bro. Like the Monty version is not going to go out. And that's what happened.
Yeah, but to me, none of that is relevant.
How's it not?
Because I can't help it. If Drake does dirty shit, I can't help that.
It's not dirty. It's the business. He's the biggest artist in the world.
It's dirty.
He has the power to do it.
If his song is not yours and you leak it afterwards, it's dirty. I don't care if you have power to be able to do that. When any question that you're asking or that I'm looking at or analyzing, I'm looking at what is the thing that I should be doing. I can't help what Drake does.
How is it dirty though if it does benefit you specifically.
Because if I have something that's mine, you can't take it. I don't care if you take my speakers and sell them for $1 million and give me 500,000. That's cool. It's dirty that you took my shit. I don't understand how that could not be dirty.
It's not as music business works. It's
Well,
not like I don't think that's a dirty thing when the biggest artist in the world wants to be on your record, they're gonna be on your record. Like it's not even like a debatable situation.
Let's go back to what I was talking about before, though. Not every artist is going to want to take, just because you're a new artist, not every new artist is going to want to take a Drake feature. They're going to feel like, all right, you're going to feel like, hey, you put me on or something. Not every artist is going to want to do that. They're going to want to try to grind on their own, and then like, hey, I'll double back, and then we'll make this shit happen later. Because right now it might not be the best time. It might be a time where Drake can dictate some more shit, and it's like, no, you know what? I want to have more control over all of this, over the situation. So I'll double back.
Or you could be I get a little bit cutting your nose off despite your face, because he never did anything up with him since then because of that. How he handled that situation.
I don't work with you.
And Fetty has been the same since that year either. So it's like.
But we all knew that was coming from Fetty regardless.
How could it not be dirty to take somebody else's song and leak it?
It's not taking it because y'all both own it. It's not like you taking it and taking them off altogether. He's putting the hottest artist on it.
It's your man's song.
Yeah, Monty, who's nobody at the time. Monty is nobody at this time.
Which has zero relevance to who's in possession of the song or who created the song.
It does actually though.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it does, because that means your business ain't gonna be in the position that Drake's is to handle this record.
Yeah, but you're jumping steps ahead. I'm being very clear and specific that whoever came up with the song, it doesn't change ownership because somebody else is bigger than you and can do more with it.
That's actually exactly how it goes.
That's not true, but I mean,
it's facts. That's how the music business works.
No,
you're the biggest artist on the major or whatever.
I'm not talking about.
That's just how it works.
We're not having the same conversation.
Drake didn't ask the Migos could he hop on Versace. He just hopped on it.
All right.
He didn't get their blessing first. It was a hot record. He rapped on it, and then it went up. That's just how it went.
All right.
That's all you can do. There's no way around it.
With that logic, if your boss does anything to you that they can do, it can't be fucked up because they're in the position to do it, and that's the power that they have. That makes no logical sense at all. You're just saying because it's going to happen anyway, it's not dirty. If you steal something from somebody else, ask them, can we do it this way? They say no, and you put it out, that's dirty.
I'm telling you, there's some real niggas in the rap game that would fuck Drake up about that shit.
No, I feel like Drake has done that to everybody, new artists he's hopped on the record with. Ain't nobody denying having Drake on the record.
Did he slap? Did this the exact reason why, or one of them why?
Okay, we talking about new artists. We're not talking about the
I'm just
fucking
saying,
legend
no matter
P. Diddy,
who you
bro.
are, you could get slapped for this shit, bro.
I hate this shit. This is the shit that Drake is at a certain point. Nobody can do anything. I guess that's crazy.
Every big artist in the game has that same capability. Hov did it. Hov hopped on Juvenile High. You think he called Hot Boys and said, "Is it all right if I hop on High for y'all?" No, he just rapped on it, and they made it a remix automatically because Hov wanted to rap on it.
You're talking about making a remix that doesn't have to get clear.
Otherwise, it's just you're doing like what do they call it? Like a cover. They
did make that official remix though.
Right, the artist has to make it an official song. Okay. Yeah, that's what happens. That goes through a process.
I'm saying initially when he hopped on the record, he didn't call to have their blessing before he got on the record.
Right, but he can't get
you need the blessing to put it out.
Right, he can put it out if he wants to.
No, he put it out.
He can't make anything off of it. He doesn't make any money off of it.
Okay, I think y'all are not understanding when you a big dog in this game that
it's not
a debatable thing with the new artists between you and the big.
That's a conversation between that artist and that label at that point about if they're going to put this song out. It has nothing to do with there's such and such rapped on this. Now you don't have to make it a remix if you don't fucking want to.
It's not a lack of understanding over here.
It's certain people
right
that
and
it's
wrong
a
doesn't
no-brainer.
change just because you can get away with something.
I would say fuck a Drake feature if that's what the criteria was or whatever. Like, all right, bro, fuck you. You know, or if that's how you want it to play.
That'll be a bad business decision to do.
I don't give a fuck.
That's all I'm saying. Y'all making it like it like Drake or any of these top artists hopping on a new artist record is a bad thing for a new artist. It's the greatest thing that can happen for a new artist.
But you're taking out the part of the whole equation that was interesting.
What?
The interesting part is it's not a song that Fetty owned. That's what makes it interesting.
Well, obviously, Fetty doesn't own any of his music, but that's another story. So
we're just not gonna have
that's not an issue with Drake. That's the issue with whoever he was signed to. He don't own none of that shit of his best year of his career.
I mean, look, I just think a lot of artists, like especially younger artists, bet on yourself. You feel me? You made it as far as you made it, and if you got a guy like that asking to get on one of your songs, if you keep doing what you're doing, that shit not gonna change. 2, 3, or 5 years from now, if you keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, and
have to disagree with
putting
that
pressure on the rap game. He discovered you somehow, so you're obviously a hot artist.
Yeah, you can have some type of success, but this game is all about relationships, bro. And once you burn certain bridges, it's gonna hurt you in the long run of your career.
Some guys don't need the relationships; they hot, regardless. The two hottest young.
We'll just disagree there.
But I ain't gonna say that.
So if I come up with a song and you get J. Cole to jump on this shit and he wants to get rid of me, you're telling me to kick fucking rocks is what you're saying.
I'm telling you, if I'm on the song too, add this equation is, I'm on the song too and I'm one of the hottest new artists in the year.
Sure.
He says, we gotta take your man's off, I just want me and you on it. I'm gonna come to you like, dog, Cole wants his record.
Yeah.
You gonna be on my album. You my mans. We gonna do records. You gonna be on my album. I'm the hottest artist. You gonna get heard. Yeah. But this record right here, Cole wants to hop on. We gotta take this L on this one. I'm gonna come to you straight up and say that.
And Real Life Andrew's on board and he's rocking and we're riding it to the top.
It's a smart move.
But right now, in this hypothetical, I say no. Then what are you doing?
I'm like, yo, he's gonna take it and put it out anyway.
Right. I'm asking, what are you doing?
I'm like, it's out of my hands. He gonna put that shit out anyway. That's exactly what happened. He said he told him no.
So what are you asking for?
He told Drake no.
What are we asking?
What you mean?
I don't understand. You would have laid it out as if this is a scenario. Like, what should be done?
Like I said, I think Drake appointed. Like, if Cole was coming to me, he came to me out of consideration to be nice, not because.
Can't be nice with my song.
What you mean?
It's our song. We did the fucking record. Somebody else wants to rap on it. That's fantastic. They're not being nice coming to ask us for our song.
But I don't think Monty was in. Well, like, we ain't doing that.
Right. I'm asking you though. Whatever happened with the question you asked, we didn't get anywhere. I'm asking you just a new hypothetical, very similar to yours.
As far as what I say to you, if you said nah,
yeah,
I'm like, hey, well, you said nah. What am I supposed to do?
You're still riding with
So if he leaks the record, well, I'm be like, oh, my bad. Like, what am I supposed to do? He leaked the record.
If he leaks the record, then I have no problems with you.
Right.
The problem is with the person that leaked the record, like I said.
Okay. Then you should probably just be with him then. Why would you have a problem with me? If I ain't leak it.
I wouldn't. I don't understand.
I feel like I handled it pretty good. I'm coming to you straight up. This is the situation we in right now, dog. Cole wants to be on this record with just me. He wants to cut you off of this.
And we said no, and Cole leaks it anyway. And you think Cole's not doing anything dirty by doing that?
Not necessarily.
That's insanity to me.
It's still a plus. It's still a plus for us.
All right.
Is it not?
We're out of time, but we're gonna have to continue this because I can't. I don't think I can do it. This is the second week in a row that you guys
we literally
baffle my mind.
We
so
have time for samples.
I was dead, man. It's part of the business, man.
We're gonna have to get back to you guys next week. We'll have more topics and shit. We're gonna do a year-end wrap-up review of some kind. We'll figure out the details on that. But yeah, we are out of time for samples. Sorry about that, audio listeners.
Yeah.
Anything else you need to say though, gentlemen, before we wrap?
No. I think we all good, I guess.
No, that's it, man. Except for